There we go. And everything, everything should be up and running. Let's see here. It's starting to send, and it looks like. Is it on? Yeah, it is on. Why is it so? There we go. Now it looks like it should. I think I'm getting audio into. I always do this whenever I start a stream somewhere, somewhere. Whenever I start a stream, I just start streaming like on a whim. It's not like I plan these. I used to plan it back in the day, but ever since I got like banned from streaming from YouTube, well, I wasn't banned forever, apparently, since I'm streaming right now, but I was kind of banned for a while. I couldn't stream because YouTube thought I made a boo boo. So after that, I just felt like I didn't want to plan this anymore. And so I didn't. Now, if you're expecting me to do anything like music-wise with this thing, it's not going to be that. So let's see here. I'm just going to say hello to everyone. So hello, everyone. Oh, there's the camera. Hello, everyone. I'm doing a 20K subs live stream, and I didn't want to do anything musical because I'm pretty tired at this point. Because I've been doing so much research, and I've had so many setbacks in that research that I'm starting to get depressed. So I thought I should really do something else, and I wanted to do this live stream for a while. Am I getting through? Am I getting through? Yeah, I am getting through. All right. Looks like I might. I don't know if I'm having any problems with the stream. Are you receiving the stream? Are you receiving the stream properly? I can see Brandon Rico Simpson, one of my favorite YouTubers in the stream. Also got Dave Trombetti and is that Hummus? No, that's Hannes. So, hello. I'm just gonna post this up on Facebook, but I really don't know if this is working. So Hannes says it's not working for you. It should be going right now because it's. I had some problems on this end, so I'm just posting this up on my Facebook wall, uh, like that. So basically, what I have in front of me here is a project that I started some time ago. I was building this thing here. It's basically a what do you call it? It's called an echo-based delay. It's a DIY delay unit that you build yourself. So you basically buy the components and stuff, um, and then you buy the circuit board. So the circuit board came all the way from the US, and then I just sourced the components that I had at home and started building it. And I did it in like 6 episodes. So the first episode was basically just me showing all the gear you need, including the soldering station or soldering iron, some suction gear like this. Uh, is it? Oh, yeah, you do that, and then it sucks up the solder if you need to do that. Another thing is, and then there's like 5 parts of me actually building the delay unit. But my channel started dying when I made the DIY series because I realized that most of my viewers aren't really interested at all in DIY. And I love doing DIY. It's the third biggest passion in my life. I have two. It's one is music, apart from my significant other, but excluding her out of the equation, I have music, which is the biggest one, and then I would say gaming is the second biggest one, or just as big as music. And then the third one is DIY electronics and stuff that has to do with music. And I want to do that, but since it doesn't work on my channel, I thought, why not sneak it into a live stream so I get to build while I talk to you, because the channel reached 20,000 subs, and everyone says like, hey, I didn't expect that. I didn't think it was possible. Well, I really didn't, since iOS music is kind of a niche thing. I didn't think it was possible for me to reach that many subs, and I mean it's been a good growth, and we've had a lot of fun on the channel, and I've started seeing a lot more what do you call it, like interaction from you all, and I love that. So thank you for that. Let's see here. Hello everyone. Working great. Hi Jacob. Oh, hello Stephanie. I like DIY, but I'm not good at all. Just make a separate playlist for it all. Yeah, I did make a separate playlist, but the problem is that overall the statistics on the channel completely dies off, and there's like no growth. So Brandon, like you have a YouTube channel too. It's kind of a hard balance, you know, doing the stuff you really want to do and doing the stuff that you know will draw in views and stuff. I've always just done exactly what I wanted, and whenever I've had like it's not like I get a lot of complaints from people. Mostly I get a thumbs up and people loving the stuff. But then again, you know, now and again I get people telling me, "Hey, don't do this," unless it's like a large majority of people saying that. I don't care, and you know, if there are like one or two people saying don't do that because I'm getting annoyed by it, then I'll probably end up doing it more because what can I say? I'm a troll, you know. I'm a real troll in real life. Most of my viewers, most of you viewers don't know that I'm a real troll. I will troll people to death. And I'm really careful about that on my channel because I don't want you to hate me, but but I can be pretty horrible sometimes. And I'm amazed how much my friends have been able to take from me trolling them over the years because I am such, yeah, it's just maybe someday I'll make a vlog in where I tell you a story about some of the worst trollings I've done, and and then you can judge me if you want. That could be fun. So let's see here. Am I publishing this here? Yeah. Okay. So I just gotta publish this on the live stream on Twitter, and see. So Joe asks if that's the PT 2399 delay, and it is. So one circuit is done and it's working, and so I'm building the other one, and all of this is gonna go into a rack actually. You see, I've gotten tired of the way that my desk is, and I already have a lot of stuff that is truly portable. But what I miss from my old studio is the studio rack where I had my quad compressors. I had two of them. I actually had more compressors than that because I love compressors. I'm a total geek when it comes to compressors. But I used to have two quad compressors, and then I had some DBL compressors, and I miss that. I miss having that, especially when I do the live stuff. When I have multiple iPads, and I have multiple like hardware gear, and all connected together. And for that, I need a multi-channel input. You know, like a sound card, taking care of that. But I can't tell you which one it is yet. Um, and then I want some compressors just to keep all levels in check and maybe heat up some signals. And I want to have a rack with so that I can plug in the iPads, and the Unodrum and the Unosynth and the Mininova, and just, you know, compress the stuff and be able to record a live thing where I can just, since I'm using all the compressors outside of the iPad, I can then focus on just adding effects inside of the iPad where I'm actually recording everything through AUM, for instance. So that's a great way of doing it. Joe asks if I'm doing a stereo build. It is a stereo build basically. So that's a thing, I guess. So this is a Q&A. So just if you want to ask me questions, ask me any questions at all, and I'll try to answer them while I try to build this thing. I'm just gonna post this up on Twitter as a last thing. I just need to get it out there on Twitter. So that's done. I wish I could do this on Instagram, but Instagram is stupid because I love Instagram when you're just posting videos, but on an app you can't really click on links and stuff. I don't know if you can do that on Android, but on iOS it doesn't work. So you put in a link, it doesn't work. That's why I usually just put in like youtube.com/Jakob haQ, because you can easily type that in to your browser. Just wish that links would work. I would like to build my own synth. Have been looking at the Look Mom No Computer site. Yeah. Building your own synth doesn't have to be really. That's asked by Stan Free, which you can all see probably if you're looking at the chat. So building your own synth isn't too hard. What you need to learn is how to use soldering iron. If you learn how to use this properly, and check that out so you don't get cold solder joints. If you don't overheat stuff too much, you can train a bit on proto boards. You can train a bit on just like soldering components to copper wire. Just train for a bit. Learn how to use it. When you've done that, the next step is to learning to identify stuff on a component board. And if you do like me, if you're lazy, you don't want to think about stuff. I do know a bit of electronics, but I hardly know exactly what's going on here. But like this board, I know it's a bit fuzzy on your end, but on this board is printed with a silk screen. Well, you can see that there are names and numbers, and so it's easy to know where the components are going. And usually I build projects where the documentation are so good, so it's easy to find the components you're looking for, where to buy them, and then you can also see exactly where they go and the way you should turn them. Because like with an IC board, an IC circuit, it's important the way you turn them around. But if you want to build one of these, it's called an echo-based delay. If you want to try building a delay unit, I have a build series, and I've linked to it in the description of this video, so you can check that video out and you can see what it's all about. There's even an introduction video into DIY building DIY electronics and the tools you need and stuff like that. I've already done that series. So building your own synthesizer, just choose something that is very, very small and very, very easy, like a very low level. And as soon as you've done that, you're probably either gonna hate it and stop, or you're gonna get extremely hooked. Just ask Joe O'Hagan. I mean, that guy is hooked on doing his own stuff too. Dave Trombetta says it's important for guitar too, soldering iron. Yeah, it is. It is important. Now I'm doing something very stupid here. I was gonna use my crocodile clamps. What do you call this in English? Do you call them crocodile? Crocodile? Are you? Oh God. These things, they will hold your board, and you shouldn't be doing that because they can actually scratch the board. So I should probably get some paper if I had some. Do I have some paper somewhere? Come on. Give me some paper. Somewhere I have some paper. Yeah, I'll rip this off. That works. Let's see here. Helping hands. Yeah, we call them that too in Sweden. Helping hands. Helping hands. But we call them these things on here. These actual clamps, we call them krokodilklämmor in Swedish, and that's basically crocodile clamps, right off like that. So krokodil is crocodile. Sounds the same, doesn't it? I mean, we've borrowed a lot of words from English. Our languages are very much connected. So now I got it in there. I always start with the resistors, and I've got the resistors here. You can't see it, but if I pull out a box, you can see that I have this huge thing. It's pretty big, full with boxes where I have all of this stuff. Alligator clips. So it's alligator instead of crocodile. Alligator in Swedish is alligator. So as I said, ask any questions you want. Doesn't have to be about this build, about the channel, whatever, about my equipment, what I think about this and that. As long as you keep politics and other stuff outside of it, that doesn't have to do with music. On a level, you could say, never mind, you know what I mean. I think I got a message from my girlfriend, just gotta check it. She might be telling me I'm coming home. Because when she does, I know that I gotta go and fix something in the kitchen, but not today, because I'm gonna spend my time with you for a while. So John W says, "Hey, congrats," and I'm saying, "Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks all of you for sticking with me. I recognize so many of you. You've been here from the start. You've been here when I started the channel, and you've been here when I joined up with the sound test room and worked with those guys over there, with Colin Swinney, John Rawlinson." And Doug Woods, and then you stuck with me when the sound test room site closed down, and I kept, doing my stuff on my own, and Doug kept doing his stuff on his own. Um, and you're still here, and I still see all of you, including a lot of new faces, and that's really, really awesome. And I did mention it before, but since there are some new people here right now, thank you for interacting with me on the channel. It really feels awesome. Oh, we got someone from Africa here. Sup? So, Africa. My father's from Africa. He's from Uganda, actually. I'm kind of a mixed child. Where in Africa? I mean, Africa is huge, large. So where in Africa are you watching this from? What's that? Oh, have you guys seen that guy he's actually from Uganda, a guy building his own Eurorack? Or no, it's not a Eurorack, it's an Afrorack. He calls it an Afrorack. It's basically a modular synthesizer, and he's getting some really awesome, really gritty tones out of it. I just love watching his channel. I can't remember his name right now. Joe, do you know which one I'm talking about? You might be. Crocodile is also French. Okay, so you speak French too. Okay. Let's see here. If I can find. So I got this thing. This is not what I wanted. The first thing I want to do is just put in the 10K resistors, because there's usually a lot of those. So I'm going to get my 10K resistor out, and it should be somewhere along the line of up here. Could it be here? 12 ohms, 20 ohms. Seriously? Where are my 10K resistors? Oh, they're down here. Oh, God, that sound. I don't know if you heard that. Oh no, I'm almost out of 10K resistors. Oh no, look at this. No, that's no good. This is no good. Oh, Brandon Rico Simpson says, any advice on getting to 20K or even over 2K? The only thing you need to do, Brandon, is do what you're doing right now. I mean, you see, there are ways of actually getting kind of there are ways of making viral videos, and I know what the recipe for making something kind of viral, or something that has the potential of going viral. And if that's the only thing you want to do and get a lot of subs, I mean, you should take a look at channels that grow really, really fast. If you do this, if you go to, what is it called? What is that site called that keeps stats on a lot of YouTube channels? I can't remember the name of it. I mean, this is the thing. I've never ever focused on getting as many subs as quickly as I can. Never. I've had a very, very not exponential. I've had a linear growth, not an exponential one where it just scales up like this. It just goes up quickly. I've had a very linear growth with my channel, and that's basically, you're in a niche market when you're doing iOS apps, and it's the way that you target your videos. I mean, think about it. You're doing Beatmaker 3 videos a lot. If you want to get views, if you want to do puller content to get people in on your channel, to discover your channel, you have to make a video where you have a titling and a thumbnail that kind of attracts viewers. I'm not talking about clickbait. There's a common misconception about clickbait. I've heard people say that about my latest videos, like when I made the all out hardware and no more iPads video. That video with that title and thumbnail has everything to do with the content. So that is not clickbait. That is not what clickbait looked like. Clickbait is me titling the video, I murdered my hamster, and then I have a picture of Donald Trump with a clown nose, and then maybe a big dildo beside of it. That is the true essence of clickbait. And then inside the video, I'm talking about a sound interface. That is clickbait. So you want to make it click attractive. And that's why I titled it the way I did. I knew that I was gonna get people somewhat, most of, like, my viewers aren't dumb. You're not stupid. I know you're not stupid. And that's not what I thought. What I thought was, maybe I can make your heart rate raise a little bit. And maybe I can make you wonder, like, does it really mean that? And that's all you need to do, Brandon. Just make people question what you're doing, and they will interact with you. And a lot of viewers would probably agree with that they see that, and they're like, I hope it's not true, or maybe they hope that it's true. Either way, it's going to be interesting. Don't ever lie to your viewers. Don't ever trick your viewers. Troll your viewers like I'm doing. I'm trolling my viewers, and so far, you guys don't hate me. I'm grateful for that. So just don't lie to them, and make sure that your content has something to do with the title and the video. Like the too cheap interfaces. That's an extremely click attractive video. It's got the word cheap in it, and that's why I made the word cheap big. Because there's so many people out there looking for stuff on a budget. And when you're doing that, you're solving a problem. My biggest videos on my channels are not the app reviews. I have to do these other videos in order to make the app reviews, in order to give me time to do app reviews, because app reviews takes more time, way more effort, and less people watch them than when I make a video on how to connect Ethernet to iPad and iPhone. That's one of my most viewed videos, and it has, 84,000 views or something like that. Why? Because it's a common thing people are asking about, and I'm solving a problem for them. That's the thing. You're solving a common problem that that a lot of people are commonly searching for. So that's how you get puller content. But I'll tell you this, only maybe 1% of those people watching those videos are going to stick on your channel. What you want is a subscriber base that are coming for the content that you really want to make. Because if you start doing stuff that you don't want to make, you're going to come to a point. I've seen a lot of bigger channels. They've reached that million, and then they've stopped making videos because it doesn't interest them, because it's not really what they wanted to do. My heart is in this because I want to show people how to do stuff, how to be creative, and how to make music. And that's how I've kept going. I keep getting feedback and backup from my viewers. They love the stuff. But as you know, it takes a lot of time to make videos. So if you want to put in a lot of time, and you want to try to make some money off of ads or whatever you're doing, I mean, make money in any way you can, but never ever let your content suffer. Never let your content suffer. Don't let money control what you're doing in your video, ever. That's just a very shitty way of doing it. I mean, there are channels out there that actually survive doing that, but hey, that's not me. I don't want to do that. I just want to make good content that can solve problems for people. Let's see here. Is this 10K? Come on. Show me that it's 10K. How is it not 10K? Are you serious? Why am I getting no response from this thing? This is ridiculous. Is this? I think it's broken. I have to try another one. So let's see here. Yeah, Joe Hagen says Social Blade, the site I was talking about. Social Blade is a good site to keep track of channels. But I'll tell you this, Social Blade has no idea how my channel is working. Because if I was making as much money as Social Blade thinks I am, I would be a very, very happy person. Very happy. So sometimes Social Blade gets it really wrong. It gets it really, really wrong. Something is wrong here. So Northern Cat is asking me what I'm building. I'm building the echo base delay. Oh no. Did I break something? Oh, I broke something. No. What did I break? Oh man. I broke something. That's not a good thing. Okay. So it's an echo base. It's a delay unit that is going to go into a rack. And I've ordered a rack box, like an empty rack box from Toman, and I'm gonna drill the plate and put in 2 of these to make a stereo delay. And I'm getting a rack stand because I've got a new sound interface. And now I kind of spoiled the surprise because I put up a picture not so long ago, like yesterday, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and asked people which one of those in that picture. There's a lot of sound interfaces, and I'm asking people, can you guess which one I got? So now I spoiled half of it. So a lot of you guessed wrong. Let's see here. Yeah, Poo Ninja. You had to choose that name, didn't you? Poo Ninja says, just enjoy what you're doing and be true to yourself. That's exactly what I mean. Try a fluke or your sister is bad. Yeah, I think there's something wrong with my digital multimeter here. I mean, it's not supposed to do this. I've got it in, let's see here. The red one is in the ohm. Wait, I was measuring voltage. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Let's see here. There we go. Look at that. Hey, look at that. It says 9.93. Okay, it's close. It's close. Now, if I remember correctly, you could just push them down like this. And that's 10K, and it goes into the 10K here. Keep asking questions, people. I love it when you interact with me. Joe Hagen says your Social Blade annual income is 325 pounds to 5.2K. Wow. Oh, that would be awesome. 5.2K. I would love that. That would be a great income. Whew. Let's see here. Okay, so that seems to stick in there. That's one 10K. Now we test out another one. Let's see here. It says 9.80. Ah, that's good enough. You know, the nice thing about buying resistors that aren't the best quality is when you're building a stereo delay with 2 mono delay units. That's what I'm basically doing. I'm building 2 mono delay units, and I'm combining them in one rack, basically. So there's gonna be, they're not gonna be linked to each other. I could possibly build a link between them, but I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna use them as a stereo delay. So if they have resistors that are a bit off up and down, they are gonna end up sounding a bit differently and aren't gonna behave exactly the same. So that's good. You're kind of gonna get a stereo effect even if you set the delays to the same amount. Another 10K. Oh no, I need to put, oh god, I need to put them in the same way. I need all these, the colored stripes to be, you know, in the same direction. Otherwise, I can't sleep. Yeah, I really am that what do you call it? I really am that obsessive about stuff. I need all the color codes. 9.88. Let's see here. Brandon Ricky Simpson asks, how do you balance your personal life and your YouTube schedule? Brandon, I'm really bad at keeping a schedule, so I don't keep a schedule. And balancing this thing, I can tell you this, my significant other, Sophia, she has a creative type of work too. She runs a magazine. She actually runs her own magazine right now. She's stepped up in the hierarchy, so she's a chief editor now, and she runs her own, and she's got people under her that she that is employed under her. It sounds so badly, but but yeah, but she basically has an editorial role there, and so she and I will sometimes work throughout the weekends because we have to get stuff done. I mean, I don't make enough of YouTube and Patreon to make a living. I have to do other stuff, and since I want that work to be creative, I have to get out there and search for jobs. So sometimes nowadays I try not to do YouTube work or channel work on the weekends. What I do is I do work for companies that are asking me to. They're basically hiring me to do consultations because I'm a pro when it comes to user experience on iOS nowadays, and also I do presets and sound design for various types of synthesizers and other stuff. And I'm always under NDA, so I can't like talk about it. I can't say exactly what it is until they tell me I can, or until something is released. So right now I'm working for someone doing something, and I'm gonna get paid for that. So I have to keep that rolling. So there's no balance. I do the work that needs to be done in order for me to be able to do the work I can do here on YouTube also. I've tried having, it's so stupid saying regular job. This is a regular job since it's taken me between 8 and 10 hours a day, every day. So it's like 5 days. And then I might be doing maybe between 6 and 8 hours on Saturdays and Sundays when I have those extra projects that I need in order to be able to pay my rent. So basically work all week long. In the past I used to work much more, like up to 16 hours a day making videos, but now I have streamlined so much. I've saved so many presets in LumaFusion for stuff that I usually had to do from scratch, and so I'm saving time, and instead of adding way more than I used to do in the beginning, you know, when you're saving time, you're adding more stuff to the video instead, and so your time is spent the same. You spend the same amount of time in the end anyway. I don't do that now. I make sure that I have some free time, otherwise I'm gonna burn myself out. And so you need to think about that. You really need to think about that. Is that a 10K? Am I 10K, 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 10K. Is that also 10K? Yeah, that's a 10K. So another 10K down there. That's good. Let's see here. Amit Schreiber, is that how you got to create patterns for the pocket operators? Yes, Amit. I was actually one of the, I can't say exactly what I did, but I was one of the really early testers. I had those units for 3 or 4 months before they were announced and released. So I was part of the bug testing team, and I can't talk about that at all. But I did get to do patterns and stuff for the PO. What is it? The PO 30 what's it, 33? I can't remember which one of them there was now. But that was really awesome because I love the pocket operators, and I mean, it's cool whenever a developer whose products you love and use yourself put out something. As a sound creator, because I love making sounds, I'm such a nerd. I always dream of having my own sounds in there, so that when the product comes out, that some of those sounds that people are starting to use when they're using the units are my sounds. Not only that, many times I feel like a lot of products are lacking the type of sounds that I use myself, and so I want to have my sounds in there. And many times those sounds are hard-hitting drums and also deep bass sounds, or bass sounds if you ask someone else. Do I still have the bass over here? Let me see. Yeah, there we go. That's the bass right there. So yeah, basically. And right now I'm doing work for, what is it, like, I think it's 5 companies. And that can be a tricky task, especially if it turns out that one of the companies or 2 of the companies are working on something very similar. In those cases, you have to turn one of them down because in the end, it can get very weird. You know, even if you're under NDA and you would never ever share any information from one company to another and vice versa, it can look very weird when their products looks the same, and then you have to make a decision because it's gonna get weird. It's gonna get weird. Let's see here. Would you consider offering courses for sound design in iOS? Brandon, I've made plenty of videos on sound design, and many of those videos are the videos that are the least watched videos. There's a hardcore type of viewers that just want to make their own sounds, and sometimes they watch these videos and they want to get to know a synthesizer better. The thing is, what I'm doing right now, I've been working on a 10-part series videos, where I'm talking about synthesis and different synthesis methods, because instead of making sound design videos for a specific synth, I would much rather make videos about sound design in general using any type of synth, so that the video doesn't just cater to someone looking for a particular synthesizer video, because in the end, I want as much people who want to find that material to find that material. And if I do a sound synthesis tutorial for Propellerhead's Thor, first of all, it's an old synth, so less hits when you search for it. And a small select group is going to watch it because a small select group is using it. Same thing if I do a layer one, and I've done that. I've done many sound design tutorials, so yeah, I will do sound design tutorials for that are more general, that talks about synthesis in general. And I did a video called harmonics. I should have called it digital harmonics. I didn't, which was stupid actually. Okay, I have to find more. I have to find more resistors. I'm running out of resistors, 10K resistors, and I know I have more 10K resistors somewhere. I can't remember where. Let's see here. I'm getting a dry throat. Ed B says, well said, balance between work and leisure is key to not wear yourself thin. Exactly. And I can tell you that when I take time off to not do work, not do anything that has to do with YouTube, there are one main thing I usually go for, and that is gaming. Ed, aren't you a gamer too? No, maybe you aren't a gamer. I might be mixing you up with someone. If you are a gamer, tell me. But the only way I can really relax is when I'm playing games, and games that I'm fond of, games that I'm used to, and it comes down to muscle memory. It's not like I'm even thinking of what I'm doing. My body's just doing it, and suddenly I'm shutting off because I'm in a different world. I'm so immersed in the game, I'm not thinking about it, I'm just there. And so I like big open world, deep RPG games where I just get to go walk around. I'll lift up a basket, and underneath it there's a tin can, and stuff like that. I just want to be in a world that isn't this world. I try to escape this world, and that's basically the only way I get to relax. I've tried meditation, I've tried everything. I haven't tried everything, but so many things. But I have ADHD. I don't know if they use that term still. So it's kind of hard for me to slow down. My brain is always, 15 step ahead of most of my friends, and I just do impulsive stuff, and I can't slow down. I have a hard time thinking about things before I do them. Only time that brain is kind of like occupied in a way that where I can relax and be in the now is when I'm playing games. So yeah, that's my leisure time. So also when I take walks with my significant other out in nature, I also get to turn off. I can watch birds pick stuff up from the ground for hours without thinking about anything, and I'm just in the now. So that's also a way of doing it. Northern Cat says, big game here. What games are you playing? You can type them out there. I'm always interested in knowing stuff like that. Yeah, so for anyone who has just joined up, this is a 20k subs live stream, and I am so happy that you are right here. My name is Jakob haQ. This is attaQ, if you have no idea who I am. And I mostly do music stuff, and this is music related because this is going to be used in my rig later on. I can tell you, I was really worried for a while back when I started doing, when I started doing my first hardware synth videos. Basically, when I got the Mini Nova, I started doing hardware synth videos, and I also got the pocket operators around that time too. And I was afraid that a lot of people would go away. It's around the time when I started calling myself a mobile musician, someone who moves around. And now I'm at a stage where I'm building something that's going to be placed on my desk, and it's not going to move anymore. It's just going to be there. But that's because when I get home, I want to have a station where I plug in my iPad. I have the stuff I've been doing while I'm, on the road, but I have my secure stuff here that is always here, and I plug up one lightning connector, and everything in the rack goes right into it. And then I can keep adding the other stuff that I have at home. And there's a lot of people who have been, watching my videos in the past and saying it's a shame that all of your stuff is on the shelves and it's not, connected together. And you those of you who have said that, you're right. You're absolutely right. I should connect all of it together. I should. I mean, it's still portable. I just unplug it and pick it up with me. That's why I got the stuff, because I want to be able to move with it. But it's such a shame not to be able to, whenever I want, just put up a video where I have 3 iPads on the table. I have a rack over there. I have 8-channel input, or 4-channel input, or a 6-channel input, whatever card I'm going to get. And then I plug in all of the gear and just, do a live thing, even in a live stream, just doing music live, because that's something I actually like doing. But, mostly PS4, playing Horizon. Oh god, Horizon, I think that's only available on PS4, right? I have an Xbox. I actually have a lot of consoles at home, but right now the only thing I'm using is a RetroPie to play some older games, because I'm really old-fashioned. I'm playing a game called Moonstone that will not work properly for any reason. It will crash. If you get the Moonstone and you click on it, it will crash. It was made for Amiga, I think, Amiga 500. I even have the Amiga 500, but I'm emulating it now because seriously, I'm just tired of going in there and picking up my diskettes, Let's see here. Ed says, spent a lot of time, spare time gaming. Now I try to spend my spare time making music. Yeah, so Ed, if you want to tell us what games you played. If there are any other gamers watching this right now, why don't you type it in? It says there's 11 people watching this, and I'm only seeing, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... I think I see 7 people in the chat room. So maybe some of you are watching and you don't like to talk. That's okay too. That's fine. Oh yeah, I was gonna find more resistors, 10k resistors. This is the problem. I have a box with a lot of resistors in it. The problem is when you buy them in a pack like that like I did, I just purchased a very cheap pack, is that they're not marked apart from the markings on them. And I get a little bit colorblind sometimes. So I'm just gonna, let's see here. We got someone's named Rabito. Hello, Rabito. I'll be back. I'm just gonna go into my cupboard and open up and get a box from there. Let's see here. So I'm still in the room, and I'm getting a box right now. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I found it. I'm back. Whoops! I messed that up. I hope I didn't give you whiplash. I'm so sorry. Messed that one up. That's a good one. That's great. That's great, Jacob. That's why you do those things. and then I hit the microphone, and everything goes to hell. I hope you can still read me. There we go. Why did I have to do that live? Joe Hagen says, "Don't talk to me about colorblind and resistor." Yeah, I know, Joe. I know. I shouldn't be saying that. I know, Joe. Okay, so here we have resistors, and now somehow I gotta find the right one in here, and I don't know how that's gonna work. So I'm looking for something that is brown. What was that? I don't know. Brown, black, orange, and yeah, brown, black and orange. Brown, black, and orange. Oh God, this is such a bummer. And then maybe I'll go through all of this and I'll just realize that, hey, I've already used these and you're out and you have to order some more because that's just the way it is. Jakob, brown, black, orange. No, seriously, is this the one? Let's see here. Keep asking questions, people. I'm doing this live stream also so that you can find out stuff about me if you want. Oh, those are the ones. 10K. I got a few more. Nice. Really nice. So let's see here. We got one 10K over there, one 10K over there, and two over there. So I think this is going to be enough. Awesome. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's so sweet. Melvin Hawkins is asking, what are you building? So I'm building a something called an echo-based delay. So it's a delay unit. It's based off a chip called the PT2399. And this is actually one of those circuits that really utilizes everything about the delay. I can tell you about it, by the way. So they're basically mono delays, but and they're also made for guitars and stuff like that. But you can use them for synthesizers, of course. And that's what I'm going to use them for. I'm going to put them in a rack. And this unit in particular is the only unit on the web where you can buy circuit boards where they actually use a lot of stuff in the circuit. So not only do you have a level control and a feedback control and a time control, which you need for a delay, but this thing also has an LFO. And that LFO can be switchable from a triangular waveform to a square waveform. So you can get kind of a pitching thing. So the LFO will actually control the time, the delay time. It also has an LFO speed control. It has an on-off switch. It also has a tail switch, which makes it so if you have a delay going on, you can turn off the delay effect, so nothing more gets delayed, but you will still get the tail ringing out after it. So it's a pretty cool effect. Let's see here. Simon. Hello, Simon. Hello, everyone. Tony. Oh, I'm sorry you can't watch this, Tony. You gotta work. I know you gotta work. I'm sorry. Lone Crow, who makes the kit? Okay, the echo-based delay is made by, well, actually they don't make kits anymore. That's the problem. They don't make kits with, they used to have the kits with the circuit board and the capacitors, and then you pretty much had all the capacitors, the electrolytic one and also the the plastic caps. And then you pretty much had to get the other hardware components and the resistors yourself. But nowadays they only sell the circuit board, and it's made by. Let me see here. I'm gonna look it up so that I can tell you. Echo base delay. Let's see here. Echo base delay. Was it music PCB? I think so. Echo base delay. Come on, delay DIY. Yes, there we go. And I think I have it. Yeah, music PCB. So yeah, I can probably just copy and paste it right into the into the chat. Let's see here. There we have it. I'll just pull down the volume there. Okay, so I'm typing in the link. So, are you seeing the link there? There it is. So that's the link to where you can get the PCB for that thing, and then you pretty much have to get all the capacitors and everything. But those things, these projects are very well documented, and you can find a PDF on that site. Let's see, it's in the text somewhere, I think. Wait. Where is it? It's not here. I can't find it. There. If you scroll down, it says click here to download the Echo-based PDF, and in there you can see the list of everything you need, from the switches to the potentiometers to the capacitors to the resistors to the transistors to the voltage regulators, all of it. And it's actually not an expensive thing to build. And so I'm building two, and it's gonna become stereo in a rack. And I've already purchased some really cool knobs for it and stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Let's see here. Electronic engineer with a volt ohm meter. Yes, we are doing electronic. Well, it's not engineering. I'm just checking the values of the resistors that I'm gonna put in here. I need 10K resistors. I always start with the 10K. I've built a lot of sick stuff, and if you Google haQ and spell it right, haQ, HAQ, ATTAQ, and then type dub master, DUBMASTA. Let me type it in for you. Let's see here if I can. What? I'm not. Are you serious? It won't let me type? There we go. So haQ, attaQ, dub master. Come on, master. There we go. Dub master. Yeah, if you search for that on YouTube, you don't have to Google it. On YouTube, you'll find a video, a vlog, where I'm talking about one of the sickest projects that I've made. It's a huge, what do you call it? MIDI controller, basically. Really huge MIDI controller, and you can check that out. I've been doing DIY stuff a lot. I've built synthesizers, analog synthesizers, digital synthesizers. I even got a kit with an FM synthesizer. I was, for a long time, deciding if I would get a Volca or if I would get something that is even more powerful, something with like 4 or 6 operators. And so I found some projects with a digital one. I can't remember the name of it now, but I got that kit lying around too. Enzyme says, just stop by to say congrats on the subs. Thank you so much, Enzyme. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. It's pretty awesome. And you know, I hope there's gonna be another 10K subs in the future. I mean, I wanna stick around for some time. I mean, who knows what's gonna happen? YouTube changes all the time, and it gets harder and harder for people to actually get in and start, you know, doing stuff. And if they wanna have YouTube as a job and earning money, it can be an extremely hard business to get into. I've basically been running this channel for almost 5 years. I've actually had the channel for 6 years, but I didn't make that. I only made like 1 or 2 or 3 videos back then. It didn't start until I made my first haQ episode, and it's the shittiest episode I've ever made. But it looks horrible. I had just gotten sober. Gotten out of drug addiction. I was getting out of drug addiction, alcohol addiction, and I was a mess. And the video looks like a mess, and oh god, it was just horrible. I don't know how to pronounce your name, Sizgi. I'm sorry, but you've been following me for about 5 years. That's awesome. There's so many of you that I still recognize. I recognize so many of you. You've been here for a very, very long time, and I think that's impressive. It is impressive because I never expect anyone to really stick around for that long. So I always try to better what I do. I always try to change stuff. You know, with everything. many people don't know, but I actually do spend between 1 and up to 3 hours on each thumbnail making them. And for those of you who are wondering how I'm making them inside LumaFusion. Yep, I am working with text layers, where you can actually import pictures and stuff. And then I have an app on iOS where I can actually do cutouts and make transparent PNGs, and so I put them in there. I make snapshots, I export the video, I then snapshot a frame out of the video. I upload that picture after I've cropped it in Pixlr Express, or Pixlr for phone. I then upload that picture to a site that converts PNG to JPEG, because you basically have to use JPEG for YouTube. And then I download that, and then I save it over to Dropbox, and then I name it, because it's good to name your thumbnails, because Google will actually read the title, and it's good for the SEO when you want to. If people are searching for stuff, they will find thumbnails, they will find videos, tags and stuff. So that's important. Naming your thumbnails are extremely important. So, and then I upload it to YouTube. So there's quite a lot of steps to do, and people will just tell me like, you're disturbed, Jacob. Why don't you just use a photo editor? Well, most photo editors that I use on iOS, I don't like them. And it's kind of funny making the thumbnails in LumaFusion. And when I've made them in LumaFusion, if I ever want to make the thumbnail animated, to make like an animated GIF out of, then I've already got the video and the layers and everything set up. I only have to keyframe stuff. So, that works too. 10K goes into here. Keep asking me questions, people. I love to talk. I love to talk a lot. Let's see here. Dan Ramirez says, I think he said scientist rids the world of the evil curse of the vampires. Yeah, let's see here. Someone is asking. Preen FM is right, Joe. Speaking of mad delay effects, what's your classic dub record? And Dan Ramirez is absolutely right. Scientist rids the world of the curse of the of the evil vampires. It's my most loved record. I gotta show you this. So I'm gonna try to find it. I know I have it here somewhere. It's right here somewhere. I think. Where is it? I can't find it. Where did you go? Why are you hiding? Oh, stop hiding. Stop hiding. It's disappeared. I don't think I can find it, so I think maybe I've put it somewhere where it's just out of reach. Yep. I can't find it right now, but I have it on vinyl, and I've purchased it so many times because I'm playing my my vinyls on a DJ, like I'm using it as a Stanton vinyl player with a straight arm, and when you're using straight arm, they really cut into your records, and they do that. You use them because I scratch sometimes, and I want my needle to really dig into the record when I'm doing that, and so you don't use the S-shaped tone arm that you normally have on a hi-fi vinyl player. So I've destroyed many of these vinyls. So I've purchased it so many times now. I don't know. I've got several destroyed copies where two of the songs you can't hear anything of them. I've scraped them clean. So yeah. Let's see here. Let's see here. Poo Ninja. Checking caps for crossovers at Radio Shack was fun. They kept telling me those are all the same value, but the 10% tolerance. I exclaimed, "Oh yeah, 10% tolerance." I once purchased a big bunch of resistors from a, I think it was from like a surplus parts store from China somewhere, and I didn't realize how surplus they were, because like the 10K resistors, the tolerance was sick. So I don't know what the tolerance were, but I had some of them showing as 7 kilo ohms, and some of them showing as large as up to 11 or something like that. I couldn't use them. I only found like a few out of 100. I only found a few that were like close to 10K. So you want them to be like on the numbers there. Let's see here. Rabito, what attracted you to iOS for music making? Was it mainly due to portability? I recently started up with iOS, just making iOS music making after many years, after purchasing an OPC1. That's something asked by Rabito. So what actually attracted me was during my time as a drunk and a drug addict. I made a lot of poor choices, and I switched out a lot of my gear. Basically, I turned them into money and then turned them into drugs and alcohol. So I lost a lot of stuff. I also had to sell stuff off just to make money to pay bills. And I just got rid of my really, really big studio. I used to have a big studio with tower PCs, all of the hardware gear you could ever think of. My most favorite synth back then was a Yamaha and AN1X. I had loads of stuff. I even had like a Nord lead, the Nord table thing. I had so much, but all of that disappeared, and I was low on cash. I wasn't employed. I had this was a really, really bad time in my life. Okay, so I got a phone, and it was an Android phone, and I was thinking, how can I use this to make music with? And I realized that Android back then wasn't any good for that, because there were a few loops, few apps out there, and one of them was uloops, and it was great for what it did, but it wasn't enough. And when I looked over at the Apple products and the iPhones, I saw that you could get some really cool stuff, Sunriser XS, and stuff like that. So I got an iPhone 5, and that's when it started, because I come from a big studio environment. I've been working in professional studios, semi-professional studios. I had my own studio, and I've done this in my entire life, making music. I used to make music using programs on the Commodore 64, on the Amiga. I used to make music on the Atari. I used to use, I've used reel-to-reel recorders, tape recorders. So here I'm sitting with an iPhone, and I'm asking myself, how can I do what I used to do on the big PC and all of my gear? How can I do that stuff but with apps instead? That's how it started. And I was attracted by the fact that I was limited. You see, suddenly limitation did a lot for me, because when I had my big studio, my creativity stagnated because I had everything. I still have my copy of Cubase 6 up here. I still have a complete 7 from Native Instruments. I was using Massive a lot. I love that synth. And also Absinthe. I love Absinthe a lot. But I was stagnating because I had so many options that I couldn't really get anything done. Kind of like with this circuit board right here. I'm talking too much. But I was stagnating because I had too many options. And every time I started up making a new project, I ended up making a template, because I needed stuff to be set up in a certain way. And I wasn't making music. I wasn't making any music. I was also building a lot of DIY stuff, and I wasn't making music then either. And I was building stuff to make music with, but I didn't really use it that much. So with the iPhone, when I got the timer, when Figure was released, I started making these snippets of music. And suddenly I was making a new music idea every day, at least. Every morning, every evening, every afternoon, I was making music. And every app that I found did something new for me. Finding TC11 on the iPad, I got an iPad Mini 1, was amazing. Finding Thor from Propellerhead was amazing. I just realized that you could do so much with it. And then I found Steinberg's Cubase, or Cubases. And on my desktop, I used to use Fruit Loops, I used to use Cubases, I've used a lot of other DAWs, but those were my main ones, including Reason. And suddenly, I was making so much music on iOS. And so it kept on driving me forward, and the channel too. At first I had a blog helping people, not helping people that much, but I did a lot of interviews with people, so it was text-based interviews. I made music, and I was posting about that, and I started getting a following, actually. And some of you might actually remember that time when I used to be a blog, when haQ used to be a blog. And then the channel started and everything went on from there. So what got me into iOS music making was I was in a shitty spot. I was in a shitty spot and I got myself an iPhone. I asked the question, how much can I do with this? And then I built a career using iDevices, making all the videos, making all the content, making all the music, the animations, the pictures, everything on there. And I think I've proven by now, my channel is a testament to what you can actually do and make and produce with an iDevice. Like I say many times, if you have a smartphone in your pocket, you have a studio. So yeah, and now I'm getting a bit back to my roots, and I'm also adding more hardware to my setup. But I still have the iOS as the brain because, quite honestly, I don't want to get stuck with a computer again. I'm so afraid of getting in that spot where I feel like I have everything and I'm doing nothing. With if my iPad is my central thing, then I can just unplug that and walk away from my studio, even if I have everything set up, and I will have all the limitations that I used to have on that thing, even though we can do much more nowadays. I do admit that. But I will be able to limit myself by just taking the iPad and walking away. I can take one of my older ones, my iPad Mini 1. It's really old. I take that one and I'm limited. So I hope that answers. Northern Cat says Blackboard Jungle Dub is one of the favorites by the Upsetters. I think I have that as a vinyl here, actually. Thino is the One Dumb Gaming. Wow, I'm back. I unsubscribed by mistake last year. Your hair your hair, man, has changed. Love it. My hair, it's in a cap right now. Never mind. But thank you so much. Poo Ninja. Oh God, I love that name. Hey Jacob. No. After an hour, I found 6 matched caps, and the speakers I built came out great. Miss Radio Shack. Yeah, we never had Radio Shack, but we had something similar here in Sweden. Can't remember the name of it. Dan Ramirez. Hey Jacob, I gotta say, mad respect for openly talking about your past struggles and how you've grown since. Yeah, I think I'm doing it as a part of the progress too, to remind myself why I want to stay sober, because I have bad days too. Like any of you, I have really really shitty days where I feel like like everything can be lost. Like right now, I've been doing so many tests because I bought something that might be. Can I find it? I purchased something that might have been a waste of money for $40. Okay, and I purchased it to tackle USB hum or USB noise, and it's not working. It's making stuff worse. So I threw away my money, but I'm still gonna keep it because I'm gonna make a video about that, because it's a problem that a lot of people have. And after doing all of those tests for 8 hours in a row, I was so depressed. I felt like everything was shit. I actually did have to go and read some of your comments from some previous videos just to boost myself up, to get up again. And, I do recognize that a lot of people that are depressed, maybe, I don't know, maybe some of you might be depressed sometimes, but I know that a lot of you might not have that luxury like I have, like having the support from so many viewers. I just want you to know that, like, I know what that feels like. Like I've really been there. Like everything feels like it's lost and it's shit, but it's not. It doesn't have to be. It really doesn't have to be. And whenever you feel like that, you should really reach out to someone. A lot of people will say like, it doesn't help, whatever you might say, and no, it does help. It really does help. When you get something repeated to you multiple times, it kind of gets to you, even if you think it doesn't. So if you see that people are depressed, reach out a hand. Just reach out a hand. Sorry to hear you were in a bad place. I find your channel really inspiring, and I agree with limitation being a driver to making more music. Yeah, you could say that for anything actually. I mean, if it's what do you call it? If it's it might be other forms of art other forms of art, development. It might, yeah, development. You need a drive there too, and sometimes you need to limit yourself. Same with painting artists. Same there too. I have a friend who is fairly known, but he told me that he sometimes use smaller canvases just to limit the space that he gets to make his art on, because when he does, he tries to break the boundaries of that canvas with what he's doing to make it stick out. And I feel the same way. I feel the same way. Like, he's actually choosing a smaller canvas, so less space to paint on. So whatever you're painting, you have to work on it, or kind of, for him it means more. I don't know. Um, Punina is unsuccessful. What are you unsuccessful with? I might have forgotten what we talked about. So you, if you wanna, you know, jog my memory. Nano Studio original dope. Yeah, I love the new Nano Studio. I think that one is amazing. Andreas Ekberg. Andreas Ekberg is a Swede like myself. Do we have any other Swedes in the stream? If you're Swedish, if you're on iOS, why don't type in a little Swede flag like this? Why don't all of you type in your little country flag if you have it in there? I mean, there's a lot of flags inside iOS. Can I find it quick enough, or is this gonna be? Let's see here. I always have troubles finding my own flag. That's not a good thing, Jacob. That's very embarrassing. There we go. Yeah, there we go. A Swede flag. There we go. Let's see here. Second one is dope. Hi, Brian Rollins. Hi, Jacob. Are you going to try and get a Playdate console? No. Actually, there I am. Nope, I'm not gonna get a Playdate console. If anyone is wondering what he's talking about, Brian Rollins is talking about, it's the Teenage Engineering. No, not Teenage Engineering. It's not made by Teenage Engineering. Teenage Engineering made the Crank and one game for that thing, but they're not actually manufacturing it. It's another company, and it's a game console that has a crank to it. It's a very it's a very cool looking hipster kind of console, and as a gamer, I want it, but if I'm gonna be honest with you, if I'm gonna spend money on something that I don't really need right now but want, it would be the Rick and Morty Pocket Operator, because I'm a Rick and Morty fans. So yeah, do we have any more Rick and Morty fans in here? I'm guessing a lot of you might be Rick and Morty fans, actually. I just have that feeling about my viewers. I don't know. I don't know. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. I hope you're not offended just because I think so. I mean, I don't mean anything by it. I just have the feeling that maybe you might like Rick and Morty. I realize I haven't been doing a lot of soldering here, and I'm probably not going to do that. I'm just going to put these in so that I can solder it when I'm done with the live stream. We don't have a flag for the moon yet. That's an interesting address you got there. The moon, I mean. 10K, 10K. Are they all in? That's all of the 10K ones, I think. But I counted 4. No, 10. Oh, there we go. 10K. Let's see here. Canada here. Quebec. Oh, we got some nice pirate flags. Yeah. Is that a Jolly Roger? Is that a Jolly Roger? We got Jolly Rogers here. We got a pirate nation. We've got a pirate nation in the stream. So that's good. Just gonna get that in there. Let's see here. Let's see here. Pickle Rick. I'm Pickle Rick. I love that. I love that episode. It's just so bizarre. If you haven't seen it, the Pickle Rick episode of Rick and Morty is when he's basically Rick is turning himself into a pickle, and then rain comes and he falls down a sewage drainage thing, and he ends up with a lot of mice, and he kind of builds builds himself like arms and stuff from a rat. It kind of connects a rat brain to himself, and then it's just really bizarre, and it's a very interesting episode. I just love that. I love the episode with the fart cloud thing. Fart cloud. It's some kind of an interdimensional being. I just love that one. They're singing this song, "Goodbye Spaceman" or something like that. Let's see here. I just want to see if I'm missing any stuff here. Mad respect, Mauser, Heisan Sveisan. I'm the same age as you, and you are much more lucrative. I have three children, though. No excuses. Let's see here. Let's compare how. I don't think we. I mean, I think. I don't know how you measure success, but I don't measure the success of my life as a human being. I've been a pretty unsuccessful human being when it comes to being social. I'm unsuccessful because I don't like being social, because social things scare me, and I don't know. When I talk to people, I want to talk about nerdy stuff. I want to talk music. I want to play with synthesizers, stuff that aren't alive. Then again, I've met some of you, some viewers that have been over to Sweden. So if you're ever over in Sweden and you're visiting Stockholm, holler at me at somewhere, Write me an email. You can find my email over at my website, jakobhack.com. The email is down in the footer, whatever you say. So just send me an email, say that you're gonna be in Stockholm, and I'll just meet you up, and we'll have a Swedish fika with some coffee and stuff. Let's see here. Dope. Are you going to try to get a play date? Yes, I've also answered that. Let's see here. Using an iPad. What it feels like. Am I missing something? I might be. Brandon, are you still here? Oh, I thought you... normally when anyone who doesn't know who Brandon Rika Simpson is, Brandon Rika has his own YouTube channel. The channel is grown in a nice pace, actually, Brandon. So don't worry about that. Just keep doing what you're doing. And you should really check out Brandon's... Brandon, you can post your link if you want. If you're still here, post your link in the chat section so that people can click on it and see what you're doing. So Brandon makes videos about iOS music making. But the thing with Brandon is, the guy can play. And he makes hip-hop and funk music. And oh, God. I was sitting and listening and watching through almost an entire live stream by Brandon. And he was playing some really awesome stuff. The guy can play. Oh, my God. Can play, and you should really go and check it out. So Brandon, if you want to just put your link, if you're still here, then do that. Usually when other YouTubers pop into a stream, they'll pop in to say hello, and and we shout out each other, and then they go off to do something else, because usually we don't have time to watch videos because we're always working with making videos. So I never expect any YouTuber to actually stick around long enough to reach the end. Me, personally, I'm kind of like that, but sometimes I want to see someone else be creative and not be creative myself. So I'll just tune into someone. I also usually tune into Accurate, my friend Accurate from Accurate Beats, because he also makes beats. And I love watching people making beats. So you want to hear some good hip-hop beats, Brandon Rika Simpson, Accurate Beats, great channels to check out, actually, for stuff like that. American living in Japan for 10 years. No idea about posting flags. It's if you're on iOS, then you can basically go to the smiley section, turn on the keyboard section for the smileys or the emojis. And if you scroll all the way to the right, you have flags, loads of flags. You'll be able to find a Japanese flag in there. Andreas, like Andreas says, he says he's telling you I'm nice in person too. Yeah, When I'm meeting other creative people, I'm really, really nice. When I'm out meeting regular people, I don't talk that much. So it's not like I'm being a horrible person. I just don't talk that much. But usually, if we have something in common to talk about, yeah, I just love talking to you guys. Um, let's see here. And Andreas and we have met in real life. Andreas is a really cool guy too. Come on, Brandon, post in your link in there if you can. I hope you can. I haven't blocked that off. Rebito says you can post flags on Android too. Yeah, and they look. Yeah, you can. That's nice. Let's see here. What's your favorite snack? Brian Rollins is asking me what my favorite snack is. Okay, my favorite snack. I think. Hey, give me a second. I'm gonna go get it. I found it. I found my favorite snack. I'm gonna try not to kill the camera now. I actually have my favorite snack. It looks like this. And so that's it. It says roasted garlic. So that's roasted, rostad, vitlök. That's garlic, and sea salt basically. So it's chips, and these are very bad for me because they contain a lot of fat. But I absolutely love those, and there's no animal products in these. I think because I'm a vegan, and also I'm a gluten and lactose intolerant. Not only intolerant, I have huge problems with it. They can really destroy a whole week for me if I get any milk into my system. Oh my god, the stomach just turns into hell basically. If there is something like hell, I think my stomach is a good representation on that when it's gotten some milk in it. So let's see here. Melvin Hawkins says, just sub to Brandon's channel. There's no such thing as having too many iOS musicians' channels to watch. No, there's also, if you haven't discovered Melvin or anyone else, if you haven't discovered them yet, there's this guy called Dean Daughters, and he runs a channel called Electronic Sounds. He also uses Beatmaker 3, just like Brandon Ricka Simpson, but these two guys have completely different styles, and whereas Brandon is more hip hop based, sorry for talking about you in third person, but Brandon is more hip hop based. Dean is more EDM and electronic music like that, EDM based. And these two are sick composers, both of them. Sick composers, so you should really check them out. Then you have another channel that does helpful videos, and it's actually Mitch Slayton is his name, and he runs the channel called The Audio Dabbler. So yeah, awesome. Peter Bjerg, I'm saying it in English. Peter, are you Swedish? Är du svensk? Är du svensk, Peter? Peter Bjerg. Vegan, vegan is what you say in Swedish. Let's see here. I've gotten all the 10K resistors in, and I've forgotten where I am. But I think I'm done with those. Now all I have to do is to put in the other ones. I'm going to put in the 20K resistors. 20K. I don't have any 20, but I have 22. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work just fine. Just fine. Wait, do I have two 20Ks? I don't. 2, 20... 27, 18, 3, no, I don't have any. Can people post their links to their stuff so we can check them out? Yeah, I don't know. Can you post? Maybe I should do that. I don't know if you can. It might just be that you're being blocked from posting your links in there. So I'll just try to find out the. Let's see here. I'll go to YouTube and I'll do that. So I'll tag to all these people. First, I'm gonna find Brandon Rico Simpson. Hey, by the way, if you open up the description of this video and you scroll down, you'll find a section called iOS Music YouTubers. And for the past 20 or 30 videos, I've had the links to these guys' channels. All right, they're always in there. So you can find Brandon Rico Simpson, The Audio Dabbler, and electronic sounds, and also the sound test room. I have those 4 links in there. I've done that for the past 20 or 30 videos. They're always in the description. I forgot about that, but they're there if you didn't know that. Peter is svensk. Sven Levigan. So yeah, if you have any other questions about anything else, just ask away. Hey Jacob, what's your favorite snack? And that was a fun question that had nothing to do with music. I like those questions. Stuff that doesn't have anything to do with music, as long as it's not politics. Everything is usually fair game. Yeah, I mean, you could ask me how many toes I have. Usually I have about 10, but it all depends. Sometimes I wake up and I count them and I actually see 20. I don't know if that happens to you, but it's just when I woke up and I can see 20 toes. And then after a while, they turn into 10. And that's usually when I stand up. Before that, I do not dare standing up because, you know, I don't know how to walk with 20 toes. Like, that would be weird, I think. Let's see here. Slayton is from Georgia. I wish I could wrap my head around his X-Sequence masterclass. Do you get excited by the smell of solder? Poo Ninja. Poo Ninja. Well, Poo Ninja. I'm going to answer Poo Ninja here. I just love saying that name. I don't get excited from the smell of solder. Actually, I have a kit in here for building my own kind of with a coal filter and a fan in it, so I can get the smoke away because I don't want to inhale it. Usually when I've sat down a whole day and I'm doing that, you know, soldering, it takes 2 or 3 days, and then I get a cold. So obviously my body doesn't like the soldering smoke, the flux or something in it. I always get a cold after I've soldered for a few days. So I need some kind of a suction thing or something to just clean out the air, and a cold filter and a fan would be enough for that. So no. Matt Sound asks, what are you fixing? Greetings from Holland. I am not fixing anything. I'm building a delay unit, an echo-based delay. And there is a playlist where you can see me actually build this thing that is actually done. That series isn't finished, but it's going to get finished soon. So you can actually see that. The playlist for the echo-based delay is in there. I can also see Slim Lundin, who has been a viewer for a long time and also a patron. And I hope that you're still having fun. Slim Lundin. I think we've talked about that before, but I think that your name is probably, it's got a Swedish heritage, the last name, because we have that name over here, Lundin. So Lundin is Lundin in Swedish. I think we've talked about that before. Poo Ninja says you can just call me Poo. Yeah, that works for me. If it works for you, then it works for me. So, is this a 20k resistor? Did I check it out? Let's see here. So, Pooh, what smells excites you, Pooh? I just have to ask. I mean, you're kind of lining yourself up for it. Andreas wants to be called Ninja. Let's see here, 20k. This is not 20k. What? Something is extremely wrong here. 18? 18? Let's see here. Wait. Oh, I see. I had the wrong scale. It's 22. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. And this one too. Yeah. New cut grass is nice. You've met... Andreas says he's made something for me. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll email it to you. So Andreas has made something for me, and I'm really curious to what that is. You know, a little time ago, Joe O'Hagan, one of the viewers that had been here for a very long time, and one of the used to be one of the youngest iOS musicians, who has turned into an excellent musician. If you've never ever heard the music of Joe O'Hagan, you should check it out. and someone is calling me from Sweden. I think could this be a salesman? I'm just gonna wait until it's over, and we'll see if it's a salesperson, because usually it is a salesperson calling me. So as long as they're calling me, yeah, that was so quick. It probably was. Okay, so Andreas, I'm gonna type this to you. But someone, Joe, actually told me that maybe I should get like a PO box, so people could send you stuff. Kind of like I don't know if you've ever seen this guy called iDubbbz, but he kind of unboxes stuff, and he used to have people sending him all kinds of stuff. And that's the thing, I've seen his content. I know what people will send him, and so I'm never ever opening up a PO box. Never, ever. Go watch some of iDubbbz's unboxing videos, and you understand why you do not want to open yourself up for people, just random people sending you stuff. It's not a good idea. I mean, it works for his content, but no, I'm not doing it. Let's see here. Slim Landin wants to. Someone wants to hand me a bag of money. I don't think so. They want me to hag them. They want me to bag them. To bag them. They want me to bag them. They want me to hand them over a bag of money. That's what I was trying to say. Great one. So let's see here. Andreas, can I find you? There we are. Andreas. Okay, so I'm answering you, Andreas. Do not share this with anyone, Andreas. Okay? Just do not do that. Let's see here. I'm typing in something here for Andreas. There we go. And also that. I know that this probably is getting boring for someone watching this because I'm being quiet. Andreas, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Let's see here. It's so hard to type it in without reading it out loud. You know, I've actually had some real problems with what you would call a stalker, okay? And it's been so bad that I've kind of tried to stay away from any private messaging happening on Facebook, on Twitter, and also on Instagram, and even people sending stuff into my inbox on YouTube. And I have like a kind of a filter on my email so that certain things with certain words in it gets put into a folder. It's called what is it called? What did I call it? Hate fan mail or something like that. But I've actually had some really horrible mails from people, really horrible, and they've like contained some stuff and information that I normally don't share through any outlet. And so I've had to be careful about who I even add as friends on Facebook. So I haven't accepted any friend requests for quite a while. I accept maybe one friend request every month on Facebook, and I get maybe about 30 or 40 friend requests, but I only accept one at a time because I actually do take the time to research who that person is, where they're from, who they know, and stuff before I even consider letting anyone in on my private channels like that. So yeah, I'm kind of, you know, I'm a bit nervous about stuff like that because I've had someone say some really horrible shit to me. Just some people take some stuff that aren't personal at all. They do take it personal, and I feel bad for them because they're in a bad spot. They have to be in order to act like that, and so I feel for them. I know what it is to be in a bad spot where you feel like everything is just crap, and everything that happens to you is someone else's fault, and it's out of your control. I know what it feels like, so it's not like I don't understand these people hating on me like that, but still, it's kind of it's a bit eerie, I could say, uncanny like. Uncanny is probably the wrong word. Let's see here. There we go, Andreas. You have it. So there you have it. Please don't sell it for $100 in my chat. That's just, don't do that. Uncle Tom is here. Hello, Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom has also been a viewer for a very long time. Been there from the beginning. Um, let's see here. Zizgi. I don't know if that's right, but I just want to meet you at Nam. Never been to one. Yeah, I, there is one slight issue with everything that happens in the U.S. that I want to attend, and that is, uh, I just can't travel there right now. I can't travel there, not yet. I'm gonna wait a bit before I try to, because um, it's just not possible right now for me to do that. That's just the way it is. Can't say more than that. But it also costs a lot of money to travel there from here, and I simply don't have that. I can't tap into that much money. I just can't. And whenever I have a bit of money, I try to upgrade a bit in the studio. And I mean, someday I would like to do like a big event, but you have to think about this. My channel has about 20. It reached over 20K subs, and so if let's say I wanted to go over to the US and I want to make a little hack convention, how many people are actually going to be able to go there? Because the US is huge. It's a huge continent, and so I I can't ask people from a state across the country to fly over to the other one, and there's a lot of those things too. I've even thought about doing it in Europe, but it's the same thing there. There's a lot of different countries, and I don't know. I think the channel is too small to validate me doing a large convent like that. I've seen others do it. I watched this guy called Jim Sterling, who makes he's a gaming critique journalist, basically, and he's done some convents, but he's done some conventions, but he's got a bigger channel, so there's more people, and probably more people coming to the convent. So usually it's the events are full, and if I did it with 20K subs, I think that it would be very costly and very hard to get people there. And that's the thing. I mean, what I do on my channel, I want as many people as possible to enjoy it, so it's kind of hard. Judging by this year's show, your money would have been better spent on Superbooth. Yeah, I wanted to go to Superbooth, but I couldn't afford it. That's the simple answer. I couldn't afford it. I couldn't do another trip. Besides, I needed to recharge myself after the Toman Synth Reactor event, which was one of the best experiences in my life, actually. 20K goes into 20K, so 20K is over here. No, over. Wait, I'll redo this. 20K goes into there, I think. I'm gonna go back to reading some of your comments to see if you've been asking me some more stuff, because I don't want to miss out on stuff that you're asking me, of course. Let's see here. There's the Brooklyn Synth Expo next week. Oh, that's like too close to the date. Usually when I travel somewhere, I really need to be able to plan it for quite a while, months ahead, because as I said, like earlier, maybe if you're new watching this, if you just came in, I do do work for other companies so that I can actually make a living, also pay my bills and stuff. So if I have work that will take me about a week to finish, then another one, maybe a month, I always have to calculate for that, because, paying my bills is really important. There we go. This one says 18, but it's supposed to be 22. I don't know what the discrepancy is here, but yeah, never mind. 20 is good enough. Is that where is another 20 gonna go in? I only found one. Is there just there? Right there. Keep asking questions, people. For as long as I'm here. I think we've been streaming for... How long have we been streaming for? I can't see exactly. Let's see here. We've been streaming for 1 hour and 30... Jesus, it doesn't work. 1 hour and 30 minutes. 1 hour and 40 minutes. And it's been fun. It's been fun. I always like, interacting with you. Come on. Oh, God. Just simply do that. There we go. That's what I should have been doing. I should have been doing this all the time. These holes are so close together, so you have to kind of like really fold them right where the component starts and the legs end. There we go. Anka Tom, what about the audio interface? If you're wondering about the audio interface I was asking you to guess about, yeah, I'm gonna reveal that when I have it here. It's still in transit. I checked it before the stream and it's still in transit. It's probably gonna reach me tomorrow, and then I need just a few days to test it out to see that it really works and stuff, and then I'll make a video about which one I choose and why I chose something I didn't really want because I wanted something else. Does that pique your interest? Did you get a chance to meet at Synth Reactor? Look, Mono Computer looks like an interesting... Yeah, I met all of them. I talked to all of them, met all of them. Unfortunately, I didn't capture videos with all of them, but I did talk to a lot of people. I talked a lot with Joe, St. Joe from Sounds and Gear, and a lot with Accurate Beats. I also talked a lot with Simon. Me and Simon was traveling on the same plane, so we traveled on the same plane there and home. And then during the event, he kind of disappeared. So he and Look Mom No Computer, they was doing all these crazy stuffs together, like chaining a lot of guitar pedals together. You might have seen that. I did get a lot of footage of that. And they also put out like a long guitar cable around the whole building of the Toman office complex. And so I didn't really meet them so much. But I also met like Simon. I met all of them. I talked with Jade. One person I didn't get to talk to a lot was Rachel K. Collier. And I just discovered her music. I didn't know so much about her before this event. And after the event, I went out and checked her channel and then her music. And it just turns out that she's an amazing singer, an amazing music producer. And I absolutely fell in love with her music. So Rachel K. Collier, her music is just the bomb, really. And I also did talk... Oh, I got to talk with someone whose channel and content I've watched for ages. The 8-bit guy. So I talked a lot with David, and that was really interesting because my girlfriend is a real fan of David. So she was a bit starstruck when I sent her a picture of me, David, and Anders Enger Jensen. Anders Enger Jensen is Norwegian who makes the music for. The 8-bit guy uses, that David uses for his show, and also he makes the music for the games that the X games that David has made. So my girlfriend was a bit starstruck when I sent her this picture. Don't I have it? I don't have it here. Well, I did post it on my Instagram, I think, so maybe I can put it up there. I think I did not so long ago. I mean, most of you might have seen it, but it was a very happy moment for me because it was fun meeting someone whose content I've been watching for such a long time. So there you can see Anders Enger Jensen, and you can see David Murray there, and me in the middle. And I mean, that was a lot of fun. I talked a lot with him. I mean, when you're meeting a lot of YouTubers, you talk a lot about making YouTube videos because that's what we do. There's many times I've met people who watch my channel here in Sweden. They'll walk up to me on the street and they're like, "Hey, I watch your content," and we talk about making videos. And they have this misconception of making videos the way I do them when I do my deep reviews. That you work like a day on them and then they're done. When there's actually more like between a week and a month or 2 or 3 months, like the Pocket Operator videos I did on the Metal series. Those videos took me about, in actual making time, each video took about 1 month in time to make each. So with the PO32, yeah, 3 months to make those videos. I worked so hard on them. And also a misconception is that I got paid for making those videos, and there are no paid videos on my channel. I basically just made those videos because I wanted to make them, and I wanted people to be able to have kind of a compendium where they could go through and really learn everything they wanted to learn about the pocket operators. Joe Hagen says, you and Simon would get along well. Yeah, me and Simon are planning to do some stuff, but I cannot say more than that because, you know, we are both busy, but it's not like we don't talk. I mean, he lives only an hour away from me. So, of course, it's same with, I want to do stuff with Bo from Bo Beats. He doesn't live too far away. He's not in the Stockholm area, but he doesn't live too far away. A train ride down 2 hours and I would be there. It's different with Accurate Beats because he lives in Gothenburg, so that's quite a way down. I mean, we're not talking distances here like between states, but it's still far away to make it a considerable journey. And actually, I would actually have to get a place where I could stay so that I could sleep there at least one night in order for us to do some cool projects together. Let's see here. Rabito says Rachel's music is awesome. Melvin Hawkins asks, what do you think are some of the most underrated synth apps? I think Lawrence doesn't get the love it deserves. I would agree with you that a lot of the iScare synths doesn't get the love that they deserve, but it might be the look and something with them that makes people being put off. I don't know. I don't understand exactly what it is, but I actually love iScare's stuff, and I've talked a lot with, I think his name is Sato. I've talked a lot with him over the years, and I've used his stuff a lot. I've made a lot of music with them. I made a lot of sounds for his oldest synth, Argon synth, which I still use. And I don't know, but the most underappreciated. I don't know which one is the most, but I can tell you definitely that I think that VoltSynth was a really underappreciated synthesizer. It came out the same time as the Moog Model D came out, and so it got drowned completely under all the hype that the Moog Model D got. Which, you know, it's a Moog app, so of course it's going to get hype. And then again, it's good. It's really good. Gert Bevin, the lead developer, and his team, they did a great job on it. Just goes to show with the comparisons videos I did between the Model Moog Model D Minimoog clones compared to the app, and the hardware compared to the app. Just goes to show that Gert and the team did a really, really good job from Moog. They did a really, really good job on it. And so VoltSynth was kind of, it just disappeared in all of that. And so Kai Aras struggled a bit with it, which was too bad. And then I featured VoltSynth on my top 7 list, I think, or top 10 or something like that. And so it got a bit of love. And then Kai hired me to make a sound pack for it. He hired me, and he hired Stuart Kilbride, Red Sky Lullaby. You guys might know about him. Guys, I say guys, but I mean women and men just the same. I think you can use the term as a umbrella term for people. Umbrella term? Umbrella. It rings a bell, umbrella. The Umbrella Corporation. Resident Evil. Sorry, I'm on a tangent here. I forgot what I was talking about, but if it was important and you want to hear me talk about it, just remind me in the comment section. Intrap Gun says, yay, hi Jacob, appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you watching this, and also, you know, just hanging out with me and watching my videos, and also that you're interacting and giving me so much feedback. Usually I say that I won't change stuff on my channel unless I get a big bunch of people saying I should change stuff. I mean, if it gets that important, I might change some stuff. But usually I don't change stuff if people say stuff, you know, if they complain or anything. I'm not saying, not complain is a bad word. If they give me constructive criticism, then I will listen. And there are some people who have been doing that over years one of them who loves doing that is Perry. Oh God, Perry can give me some extremely constructive criticism, and I've listened a lot to him, and I've changed some stuff to that. By the way, Perry, if you're watching this, I've made some videos that have been complete responses to some of your question about me and synthesis. Perry used to ask me, like, whenever you make sounds, are these sounds you just stumble across by accident? And I've told Perry so many times, like, no, it's not accident. I know how to make these sounds because I understand synthesis. And then right after, when he's asked me something like that, I've always done the synthesis videos. And somehow, I think you've missed them, Perry. So go back through my catalog, check some of those videos, and you'll see that I know my stuff when it comes to synthesis. That doesn't mean I don't get stuff wrong. I get stuff wrong all the time. Atom is a pretty good sequencer. Yeah, I have it on my iPad. Haven't had time to check it out. Let's see here. Umbrella Academy was great as well. I haven't watched that, actually. Isn't that a series? I think it's on Netflix. If I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. I want another hack cooking video. No, you don't, Joe. You don't want me to do a cooking video. you don't. Constructive criticism from Sonic Neutronic here. I would like a video to start where you are under the covers of the bed and then surprised by popping out. It would also piss off the girlfriend who would be... Alright, I'll put that on my list. I'm always trying to find new, unique ways of actually entering into a video. I've jumped out from under the bed, under the table, under the camera, through the door. I'll put it on the list. Might be doing that. Andreas says, making a t-shirt saying, go back Perry. No. Perry is someone I really evaluate. You know, I evaluate all of the constructive criticism I've gotten from Perry, actually. So I wouldn't tell him to go away. I would just tell him to, you should check those videos I made. I kind of made them for you on synthesis. Just to show you exactly what I mean with, you can make any sounds you want when you truly understand synthesis. Let's see here. Dan Ramirez says, it would be great to get a dub delays masterclass. Oh, God. Yeah, I've thought about something like that, but I don't know if I could make a masterclass. Maybe I could. There are so many types of delays in so many ways you can use them. So a video like that is that's actually an interesting concept. So I have a video to-do list, and I'm just going to type that in so I don't forget it. Let's see here. To-do list, dub delay. Let's see here. Videos. Where are they? There. Dub delay masterclass. And I'll show you. I won't show you all the other things I have here. Can't you? Oh, you can't see that. It's all bright. Oh, will it show off in the camera? It's too bright. Wait. I know what to do. Turn on the screen brightness. And there you go. There. Dub delay masterclass. Dub delay masterclass. So there you go. It's in the to-do list, and we'll see when I get to that. Brian Roll says, hey Jacob, you should enter the video differently 5 times during a video. I love that what you want me to get creative with is the intros of my videos where I just go into a room. But yeah, I mean, if that's what you want, that's what you want. And I can cater to that. I want you to drop from the ceiling in a video. Hey. I've tried it, but my ceiling height is not high enough. I would have to put my camera down, and it's gonna get really weird. And I also hurt myself when I tried it. So I'm not doing the spider hack thing. I'm not doing it. I got to play with a proper tape delay the other day. Yeah, tape delays are awesome. Walk behind the shelf and enter through the door. Walk behind the shelf and enter through the door. Means people love your content. Yeah, I hope so, Slim. I take your word for it. Where was I going with this? Yeah, basically, I mean, we're reaching a little bit. Yeah, we're reaching 2 hours, and usually I stop my streams, but I'm gonna try to stream a little bit more. Stranger Sun says, "Good Lord, what are you up to, Jacob? It's getting close to the metal." Well, I've already built this thing, and I have a build series videos. If you look in the description, you can find a playlist where I'm building this in a series of videos, and it's an echo based delay. You don't turn off the multimeter. Oh, you're right. I should turn it off when I'm not using it. And so I want to build this. I want to finish this build, and I'm gonna put all of this into a rack, and it's gonna go into a rack because I have kind of all of the portable stuff I want, stuff that I can just take with me. But when I'm home and I want to continue doing stuff that I might have been doing when on the road, I want my station to stand here with a rack, maybe something in it like sound cards or a USB hub, stuff like that. I want to have everything here and connected so that I can use everything instantly and just plug one one lightning cable into the port of the iPad and just have everything connect and go into it. And I want a hardware delay, a DIY delay in here. So that's why I'm building the second circuit right now, the echo based delay. But I'm not doing that much building because it's a 20K subs live stream. I mean, I'm doing this also to talk and interact with you. So all I've done is to put in a few of the resistors, and normally I would have already been done soldering all the components on the board by this time. 2 hours, yeah, I would have done the resistors, I would have done the capacitors, I would have done the transistors, the chips. I would have been done with this apart from the hardware components. Dave Trombetti, have you tried recreating cool sounds you hear on songs? Been trying to create a spacey synth sound like in a song called Void. Yeah, sure. Many times. I've recreated many sounds. One of the sound I like making organ sounds a lot, and one of the sounds I recreated was what is it called? Uh, Wider shade of pale. I've done that with organ synths before, but I also want to do it with synthesizers. So I've done it with layer, you know, and what you need for making organ sounds is basically a lot of sound generators, a lot of tone wheels. So I'm emulating that with oscillators, and then you need a lot of them to actually get the harmonics of an organ. So I've done that. I mean, sometimes I actually Google some of the sounds that people are recreating, and seeing if someone's already recreated it, because sometimes I don't need to do it from scratch. Sometimes someone else has already done it, and then I time to do it in something, with another synth. They might have done it in Massive, and so I try to do it with Propeller's Thor, stuff like that. More vlogs. Love getting an insight into the life of haQ. Yeah, I'll do the occasional vlog. I mean, only hardcore viewers will watch those videos. Most viewers want to see the app reviews, hardware reviews, stuff like that. So, but I will do the live vlogs actually. Now that I'm using my camera, my DSLR camera, I'm gonna go out with my wide lens and do some nice shots of a hill, so I have a nice view for you to watch. Just not only me in the picture. It's cool to see you getting into some hardware projects. What you're describing sounds like a great way of organizing it all. Yeah, and I also get a lot of people asking me like, how do you integrate your iPad so that you can get all the sounds and MIDI from your iPad into a Mac? I have or a PC. I have a MacBook here right now where I'm using it to stream with OBS and a webcam, and so I want to show that too to some of the people interested in that. And some of the people are also talking about how they are using their iPad as a central hub, just like me, but they have hardware stuff. They have compressors, synthesizers, rack synths, other stuff, bigger sound cards in a rack around them. And I've seen some of the pictures that you post on Instagram. I do browse around. Whenever you follow me, I do check out your stuff. So I've seen a lot of cool studios with a lot of hardware and the iPad in the middle and MIDI controllers and apps, and I kind of like it. So I think that's a good way of moving forward on the channel to do that. We got Doug Woods in the stream from the sound test room. Always nice to see Doug Woods. Doug Woods is one of the most. He's pretty insane, I would say. I mean, a lot of you might not know. Some of you might know who have seen his live streams. He's done some Patreon live streams too. But he does a lot of live streams and a lot of videos. Doug Woods does a lot of videos. And you know he's pretty crazy, but you've never talked to him in person, you know, over Skype. And it can get rather rowdy because he is a very special person, I would say. Right, Doug? Very, very special person. Michael Fulton, or Michael Fulton. I don't know if that's the right way of pronouncing it. It says, yo, Jacob and everyone, so hello. Oh, we got Dean Daughters from Electronic Sounds Audio, another favorite channel. So we've had Brandon Rico Simpson in here. We've had Dean now from Electronic Sounds Audio, and now we have Doug from the Sound Test Room. And I've talked about you guys, and I always link, if you look, anyone else who wants to know about more iOS channels or channels doing iOS music stuff, then the links to these guys, including Brandon Rica Simpson, the two guys in the chat room, and also Mitch Slayton, the audio dabbler, those links are in the description of my videos under the section iOS Music YouTubers. So you can always find them, and I do recommend that you go check them out. Let's see here. Sonic Neutronic says, been using an old iPad to fire the patterning app at my Digitac over direct USB connect. You can record easily. Also been firing Rosetta baseline at various pieces of hardware like the Analog 4. Yeah, and that's one thing that I like doing, sequencing stuff off the iPad into to hardware. And I've been doing some experiments using Blees, the Blees Groovebox app, because I really like the way there are two apps that handles clip launching quite well when it comes to MIDI, and that's the Blees Groovebox app and also the ModStep app. So those two are great apps to run MIDI sequencers where you have clip launching like in Ableton, but with MIDI instead only. And I love that. So I connected up to my Unidrum, to my Volca, to my Mininova, and I can do stuff. But what I've been missing out on is a way to get multi-channel, multi-tracking into the iPad. That's why I asked the question on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, can you guess which one of the sound interfaces I got? So if you're watching this and you didn't guess yet, do that. I should have put a poll into this video and asked again. We need a backstory of when Jakob was part of the sound test room. Yeah, well, that's the funny thing. I mean, all of the videos that I did when me and Doug and John and Colin were working together, and also Joe, Doug's wife, was helping out a lot back when the sound test room channel was running. Not the channel, the actual website, but all of the videos that me and Doug and John and everyone made are still up there. I mean, I have the videos on my channel, and at the end of those you can see that there's like a sound test room patron screen, and at the beginning there's like a sound test room intro, and I even say from the sound test room and stuff, so you can see the work I did during that time period. And for anyone who has ever wondered about that, like I've been asked, like, do you hate Doug? No, why would I hate Doug? Doug might be an insane English bloke, but he's really, really awesome as a person. So, yeah, I hope I get to crash your place sometime, Doug. Mudstep just gets on my nerves. Blees does clips. Well, Anka Tom, maybe you should go watch my Bliss apps are made by friends, because I'm featuring the Groovebox in there, and you can see the way I'm using it. So go check that out. Tascam Model 24 mixer does that apparently. Wait. Neil Suregood is Suregold is talking about the Tascam Model 24 mixer. Tascam 24 mixer? Does it do multi-tracking, that you get like you can put up, it doesn't, like most USB mixers will only put out a stereo track into the iPad or desktop. But what I want is multi-tracking, like each channel by them own, so you can set them up in Aria or Cubasis or any other app. So that's what I'm wondering. Let's see here. See, so full of hate, the sound test room. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Doug Woods is one of my most favorite haters. I love Doug Woods because of how much of a hater he is. It's exactly. See here. Gotta pick up my kid. Yeah, you have fun doing that, and lots of love to you and your family. So take care. It does, Jacob. It's amazing. I didn't know that. I have to. I've never ever talked to anyone from Tascam. I think I might try to talk to them because that's pretty cool. How many channels are you going to be able to track into iOS simultaneously? Stranger Son, if you're asking me, I can't answer that because if I do, I'm spoiling the reveal. So if that's what you're asking for, I'm not going to tell you because people are still guessing over at Facebook, Instagram, and also on Twitter. And for anyone who is wondering what I'm talking about is if you go over to Instagram or Facebook or anything else, you can find a post that looks like this. Can you guess which one I picked? We've got the Behringer UMCA 1820, the Steinberg UR 824, Tascam US 2020, Focusrite Scarlett 1820, and some of the smaller ones. Can you guess which one I got? Can you guess it? If I tell you how many I'm going to be able to track in there, I'm spoiling it. I'm not doing that. I refuse to do that. So Andreas Ekberg says, I need to learn AUM. I have a few videos. I have a playlist of AUM videos. So if you haven't seen those yet, you should check them out. Let's see here. I do want to see. By the way, if you have any, yes, it works with R Pros. So somebody said on Audiobus forum. All right. Whenever you like, always get as many like sources as possible because there was a lot of people who was telling me that, I did a video about 2 cheap audio interfaces, and one of them was the Behringer UCA that I use a lot, and also the Behringer USB to line. So it's basically just I don't have it here, but it's basically two sound inputs, like a 6.3 millimeter tele plugs into a USB connector. And a lot of people are saying that, hey, you can have several ones at the same time with iOS. And the thing is, you can't, because iOS can only hold one audio node at a time. So whatever you plug in last, that's the one it's going to choose. So if I have my audio hub, my Novation audio hub plugged into the iPad, and then I try to plug in the USB to line into the hub of the Novation audio hub, then it's gonna cancel the audio hub connection and it's gonna choose the USB to line connection instead. You can't have multiple plugins like you can on a MacBook or a PC or even Linux or something like that. So that's the problem. I mean, I have plenty of sound interfaces. If I could use multiple of them at the same time, then I probably wouldn't have gone and purchased a multi-channel input interface. But I had to, because I need that. I need multi-channel inputs for my iPad, basically. Should I put in some more of these? Am I done with the 20K ones? It looks like I'm done. If you have any questions at all about the show, about me, what I like to eat, what I like to read, what I like to listen to, what I like to drink, what I like to watch, if I sit around watching any Netflix stuff, ask away. Anything you want to know, now is your chance. I'm probably going to be doing up to a 3-hour live stream here, so we're already at 2 hours and 8 minutes, 2 hours 9 minutes, and I'm just gonna keep going. It's probably gonna be the longest stream I've ever done, just so that you have some stuff to ask me. So we have someone named Star. Star, is that you, Star? Star is someone I've met recently, and we've talked about stuff. And I can't talk about the stuff we talked about, but Star is an awesome person. That's that's all I can say. Just yeah. So fun to see you here, Star. So, Star, I want to talk to you later on, by the way. So, if you have any time later on for a phone call or something, just let me know. That would be awesome because I have a few questions about the thing with the thing so that we could talk about the thing and some things I'm wondering about. Yeah, just thing. Um, yeah, basically, cooking video. Cooking video. I know you like to chew on cables. Seriously, I don't chew on cables, but a lot of people seem to think that I chew on cables because I've made a lot of videos about shitty Apple cables because Apple don't know how to make good cables. I think they do know how to make good cables. They just don't want to. That's what I think, basically. You always have time for me. Okay, that's good. Did you just wake up or something? I don't know when you guys wake up. I think Star is a U.S. citizen, so, I mean, time is about, over here, it's about 5:30 in the day, so I don't know what time is over at your place. Has there ever been a version of Jakob with a full beard? I can't get a full beard. This is what I get. This right here, this is what I get. And I'm gonna tell you a little secret. The only place that I shave on my body, I'm still keeping this family friendly. Okay. By the way, I haven't even monetized this stream, but I'm keeping this family friendly. The only place on my body that I shave is right here. Right here. Right here. And I almost get no hairs. I'm 40 and I cannot grow a full beard. I don't have hair on my chest. I don't even have hair on my ass. Is that family friendly? I don't know if it's family friendly. I hope you don't. I hope no one is watching this with kids. By the way, if you're still watching this, if you're here, do me a favor and hit that like button because YouTube, it's like people are liking this. You know what the funny part is? Sometimes the hated videos get more attention. Funny how that works. That's, yeah. I've noticed that on one of my videos. It's actually got a lot of dislikes and it keeps getting recommended to people. And so I keep getting dislikes. Ugh. Funny how YouTube works. Let's see here. Waiting for new episodes. Black Mirror. I love Black Mirror. Anyone who hasn't watched Black Mirror on Netflix, you need to watch Black Mirror. It's like that series were made for creative, thinking, intelligent people. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. I don't know. It's just that I consider all my viewers of being intelligent, creative, thinking people. I don't know what that says about everyone else, but that's what I think. I'm sorry, but I think that you are all creative, thinking people. And if you are, then you will like Rick and Morty. You will like Black Mirror. You will fall in love with Black Mirror. And you will get depressed and happy at the same time, some way. And I'm waiting for the new series. It's going to be amazing. So I think that Stranger Things is going to come out on the 5th of July. I think that's the national day or something of the of US. I don't know. You celebrate that? I might be wrong. Or June or July. Yeah, but the 6th of June. I think that the fourth or is it the fifth season of Black Mirror? It's gonna be 3 episodes are gonna come out, and I'm so excited. I wonder what they're gonna be about. Let's see here. It's 11:33 a.m. on the east coast of the U.S. Got up at a.m. to talk to Europe in time. All right. You see, my days usually start around 12 in the day. So what is that like? P.m. a.m. Oh, it's p.m. probably. And then I end my days at about 4 in the morning or something. And that's usually because I get to talk to my own peers and my own European citizens, and I also get to talk to all US dwellers because it's a window of time when most of you are up at some point. So I get to interact with you on social networks before the Europeans go to bed, and right after all of the US citizens has woken up and are doing stuff. So it's a good thing. I've been working like that for many years now. I'm a night owl. I do not enjoy mornings at all. I get sick from from being up during mornings. I get really sick and I get unproductive and depressed. So I just need to work during the nighttime. The Independence Day is 4th of July. Yeah, I thought that I think that Stranger Things is going to be released on the 5th or something like that. That's also something I'm waiting for. Anyone else, like Stranger Things? Man, I just have to say that your live stream is awesome. It's so cool to see you interacting with the community. You've taught me a lot over the last year. Thank you, Stranger Son. Thank you very much, and thank everyone else who is here. You're amazing, and I want to be amazing for you. I want to make amazing stuff for you. I do the best I can whenever I do something, and it hurts me whenever I get something wrong in my videos. But somehow I get some kind of enjoyment out of fixing my mistakes, because I see a lot of videos out there that include mistakes and people telling them that there are so many mistakes in the videos and they're never correcting them. They just let it be out there. And I feel like I can't do that because I want to make content that people can really be helped from. So if my videos are teaching them something wrong, then I need to fix that. In the build series episodes, videos that I'm doing for the PCB, for the echo-based delay here, when I'm building this thing, I'm actually soldering stuff wrong in the beginning. And a lot of people were telling me that. And so I made a new video in where I simply titled it, I'm soldering it wrong. And so I talked about that and showed people how I'm doing it wrong, how not to do it, and how to do it. And I enjoyed that because now I know that people are gonna, learn how to do it right. I don't want to teach bad stuff. I don't want to be a part of that community. I don't want to, I rely very much on research, and I rely very much on science, and I rely very much on trying to find not truth, finding facts, so that I can like corroborate stuff, and also so that when I put up a video, that my peers can peer review my stuff and tell me if it works. Everything I do should be able to. You should be able to repeat it at home. And if you can't, then my videos would be useless. And that's what I feel. That's just the way I do it. July 15th is the Stranger Things release date. Oh, it's so far off for July 15th. That's a long way. I wish it was now. But at least we have Stranger Things. By the way, there's a series called something Love and Robots and stuff. It's a bit on the, I would say it's kind of adult content a bit, actually, because there's some nudity in there. But it's a very interesting creative series. Several different animators has gotten in and made their own little short stories, animated short stories, and they're really good. Some of them are better than the others. Some of them can feel a bit bland, but you should really watch Love and Robots or whatever it is, because it's such an interesting concept. I love it when multiple people go together to do this project and they do their little short stories. I've even watched this series about, there's a game called Halo, a really old game, but it's a legendary game. It changed a lot in the world of FPS Twitch shooters. And don't worry if you don't know what that means, I'm a nerd. But there's actually a mini-series where people have made short stories, animated short stories that are in the world of Halo. And one of them is from, like, they're depicting the life of the enemy that you normally don't get that much input from in story-wise. But it's such an interesting concept, and I love it. So, yeah, Love and Robots. Yeah, I think that's, what is it called? Red versus Blue. Pooh says, I can't say that with a straight face. Pooh Ninja. Poo Ninja. Poo Ninja talks about red versus blue. That's also Halo stuff, and it's yeah. I guess you have to be a real nerd in order to watch it, which I am. So yeah, I watched that actually. I mean, it's epic. You gotta watch that. If you if you're an old time gamer, if you've been playing a lot of Twitch shooters, which I don't anymore, but I mean that series is legendary, and I love what they did there. It's a really cool. What is it called? Like machinima kind of style video. Machinima is when you make like videos using game engines. Yeah, getting way too nerdy here about stuff that hasn't anything to do with music, but that's kind of the point, I think. Um, let's see here. There's a nice conversation going on in here. Some interesting conversations that I have no idea about. I have to read. Joe, whatever you asked about, I'm not even gonna mention that here. I am not going to talk about that ever on this channel. That is my limit. Never. Oh my god. But it's a fun question. But no. No. Something I've been asked about a lot is how you manage to finish up on stuff. I mean, I've been making videos consistently for 5 years on this channel. And I mean, even though it looks really consistent, but it's not like it's consistent on specific days. It's not. The video will come out whenever it's done. So if I need a month to make a certain video, then usually I try to find something else to do in between, so it won't be a month between videos. I usually try to find videos that take shorter time to do. But the trick is, never do it just for yourself. That's all I have to say. When it comes to music, when it comes to anything, never just do it for yourself. Try to get someone else in on it. Try to make it for someone else, and you'll have more of a driving stone. Because whenever you're doing stuff only for yourself, then you yourself are the only driving force. And so when you get depressed, when you get halted, when you get hampered, when you get stopped by limitations and everything, and not being able to see a way out of a situation, then since you're relying on yourself only, doing stuff for yourself, if you're your own inspiration, then your work stops there. And I'm afraid to death about that. You know, I don't want that to happen. So I keep remembering who these videos are for in the end. And it's for you. So I keep you in my mind. I know no one asked about that in this live stream, but it's something I like talking about because I have been asked about that a lot. Especially when I meet people in person. Don't do it, people. Please don't get into that topic, please. I'm probably my sphincter is gonna mutate, and it's gonna wrap around my throat and kill me. It's happened before. I don't want to die like that again. It's happened before many times, and it usually hurts like a bitch. So don't get into that topic. It's a very sphincter annoying topic. I can feel it growing legs right now, and it's struggling to do something. It can sense the topic you're talking about. Don't want to talk about that. It's a great statement. I'm putting in there a lot of stuff just for myself and hit brick walls all the time. Yes, hitting brick walls when you're doing stuff for yourselves. That's a very common thing. Very common. And it's something I came to terms with, that I was a very egotistical person. Egoistical. Whatever I'm supposed to say in English, type it there so I can learn. I can't English proper. So I realized I had an ego when I got sober. So that's when I took a step back and I had people telling me who I really was. And that hurt, you know? And instead of getting butthurt over it, I really listened. And when I realized what kind of a person I was, I started wondering why anyone wanted to be friends with me, because I was being such an ego. And I still have a huge ego. I think, I hope I'm not pissing anyone off, but if you're honest with yourself, if you're a creative person, our egos are what drives us, basically, I think. Maybe you agree with me? Egotistical. Egotistical. Yeah. I mean, we can have very egotistical mindsets because we're doing what we want to do and we're burning for it. And even if that means maybe we cannot make money to even support a lifestyle, we still want to do it and we still do it. That's the ego right there, isn't it? I mean, it's not very rational. What would be rational is to go get a job that we might feel is boring and then just build up to whatever we're going slowly. But I could never do that. I've had so many jobs that I've failed at. I was good at those jobs, but only for 6 months before it all failed. You know, my ego was just telling me, no, don't, no, dude, stay up really late. And then I got late at, like, I turned up late at work too many times until I got fired. I've done those things. I've been an asshole more than half of my life to people without really knowing that I was. I didn't really recognize myself as an asshole. When I saw myself in the mirror, I thought I was a good guy. I mean, I feel so stupid over so many options, so many choices I've done in my life. But realizing that you're an asshole, it can be quite life changing. You know, it can change your life a bit. And instead of getting butthurt, if someone tells you that you're an asshole, ask them why. Like, why do you think so? Sometimes people are just being asshole and telling you that you're an asshole because they're being an asshole. But many times they might actually be right. So, it doesn't hurt to listen. Sometimes I think. Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna live stream for another half an hour, and then I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna turn in for the day, and this live stream is gonna be available so that anyone can watch it afterwards, and it's gonna go into my live stream playlist also. I usually don't put I'm very good at making playlists and putting videos into playlists. So if you ever want to know more about a topic, you'll usually find a playlist on my channel. I'm really, really good at that, at organizing stuff, but I usually don't put my live streams into my main attaQ playlist, which gets a lot of views, but I do put it into my live stream playlist. I think I have about 30 videos there or something like that. Let's skip the shame and bad feelings about the past. Well, that's the thing. Shame, yeah. Bad feelings. I don't have bad feelings for stuff that has happened because I've had a chance to fix some of it, and I still have a chance to fix a lot of it. Yeah? So, I mean, as long as I'm alive, I'm gonna try doing that. So I don't feel too bad right now since I have a chance of doing something. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah. I'm gonna try to put some more stuff in here, but I can't even remember where I am or where I'm at because I turned off that thing. I think so. 20K. Yeah, that's good. So are there any more 20K resistors going in here, or was that the only one? 220, 100, 420, 220, 2K, 20K, 22R. No, it looks like there are no more 20K ones. So that one goes back. So we're gonna take the 100. Wait, did I put? I put the wrong one in. I put something where it didn't belong. that's a good thing. Know your past and create a better future. Truer word has never been spoken by Pooh. So yeah, I'm kind of losing topics here to talk about, basically. So I mean, if you have anything else you're wondering about, yeah. What audio interface did you end up getting for iOS? Espen, you love my videos. Thank you so much, Espen. I'm gonna make you disappointed. Don't get angry with me now, but I am revealing that when I'm making the video for it. So that sound card is in transit now over to my place. So I don't even know if it works with my setup. It should, because I've done my research. I've done research for months about this. I've even asked the community about this. And people are still guessing. So I am not telling you which one it is until I make that video. And hopefully it's going to be by the end of this week. If everything goes as it should, I should have the sound card tomorrow. I need at least a day to check it out, hook it up, and then I'll make the video. And the video will be called something along the lines, the sound interface I didn't want. Interesting topic, right? That's basically it. I got something I didn't really want because I wanted something else. So it's going to be an interesting video. So thank you for asking, though. Are you going to work on a follow-up to your Mellow album? Yes, I am working on a follow-up to my Mellow album. I just need to get back into that same state where I was last year, where I actually gave myself time. So last year, I gave myself 1 day every second week or more to actually make the music. And then I needed a month in order to mix and master the stuff. And then I needed more to actually get it up everywhere using DistroKid, which leaves a lot to be desired, I can tell you that. And I'll be making a DistroKid video, but I need at least one more album. That's how thorough I am in my research. I need one more album to get up there. And so hopefully I'll have the next album done by maybe February, March next year. So it's going to be a follow-up to the Mellow album, but it's going to be different in that it's going to be more synthesis. So I had this idea where I take all of the tracks I made and I recreate them, but I make synthwave out of them instead. And that's going to create a completely different groove, a completely different sound. And I think that's going to be very, very interesting, transforming what I've made into something new. Just by changing the genre and all of the sound sources. So I'm going to have to create a new sound too. I kind of hinted at that at the last song on that album, the Mellow album. So that's going to be interesting. Hopefully you'll like it, and hopefully you won't think that I'm just doing it because I'm lazy. I actually want to do this because I have no idea what's going to come out of something like that. Let's see here. If it's the UMC 404, there will be some quirks with iPad. Yeah, I've read a lot of quirks with that. And one thing is, like, with the Behringer ones, the sound output is kind of tied to the volume controls. But I can tell you that's not only the Behringer products. I've had that with other products as well. Okay? So it's not only Behringer products, it's other products as well. It's sometimes the volume controls doesn't get bypassed. And you're sitting there and you're having no sound output, and you're wondering, how did this happen? Until you accidentally turn on the volume or you raise the volume with the buttons, and you realize that the output volume, even though you have an output volume knob on the actual interface, it's tied to the volume controls on your iDevice. Weird. Let's see here. That felt like a meaningful production to you. Yeah, it was a really meaningful production. The Mellow album was really good. So if you're new to the stream, new to my channel, Jakob haQ with a K, just look at the name right beside the chat window or whatever, and you search for My Mellow album. There's a documentary on my channel about the album, and that album is also out on Napster, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, all over the place. Even Bandcamp, if you want to go through that kind of aggregator instead. Let's see here. I don't want an audio interface, but I need them. I know what you mean, Tom. I mean, it would be awesome if everything was just wireless. You turn it off and everything works without latency. But hey, that's not going to happen yet. What about teaming up with a developer for the essential set of hackfx AUV plugins? Yeah, I've thought about that, and I've calculated the amount of time that would have to go into that, the amount of money, how long I would have to work with the developer, and also the updating of the apps. And I can tell you that my conclusions are it's unrealistic that I would even be able to handle a project like that. I would literally have to license out the hack thing to someone making it and have them doing it, and then I would have no control over it. I'm a very, very thorough person, and I have certain. I would want something to be to certain specs, and I could not work with someone where I couldn't actually say, like, this is not a request, this is an order, this is what you need to do. And in order to do that, I need to pay someone for an extended amount of time. And what I would need for the app that I want to make is probably something between 2 or 3 years in development. And in money, that's a buttload of money, and I don't have that. So it's not like it's off the table, but unless I can find a viable, sustainable way of getting more income to actually hire someone to develop this thing, and also to stay on to the development team, someone I can trust to keep on updating it, I won't be getting into development. I just won't. You have to remember that I sit and read all of the comments on every forum, in every group on Facebook, all over the place, on every video, about what people want in apps and don't want in apps. I know what you want. I know, because you'll tell me if I make a review of an app that has something lacking in it. You will tell me that you don't want this because this and that. I know exactly how this works. I'm both a user and also doing journalism at the same time, so I talk to both sides, the developers and you. And so I see where this where the wishes are and what's doable, what's viable economically and what's not viable, what people will pay for, what people will not pay for. And I'm considering all of that. That's why I do not want to get into development right now. If I had more money, I would definitely be considering it more. But so far, the app I want to make, it doesn't exist yet, and it would be cool, but would it sell? Ha, don't know. Maybe I should make a vlog about that someday. Let's see here. Let's see. Didn't like DistroKid. That's who I was going to go with. Oh yeah, okay, so this is the thing. DistroKid is very simple, very easy, very straightforward. But if you choose the lowest option of payment, then you will see no stats until money starts getting in, which takes 3 months. That's 3 months quiet. You see nothing. And when you see it, the stats are so underwhelming, you wouldn't believe it. It's really underwhelming. And you actually have to pay a bit more, pay higher for that. So if that's important to you, then you should. Also, if you want to publish your music, I'm on iOS. The only way I could publish my music on DistroKid in 2018 when I did it was I had to go to a MacBook or a PC to do it. Because DistroKid will not allow you to upload tracks if you're on Safari or any mobile device. For some reason, you cannot upload your music through a mobile device. There is one app that does it. It's been mentioned here, Amuse. And it's different because Amuse is free. And the reason to why I decided to not go with Amuse is because Amuse is free. That's why I didn't want to go with it. If they're not getting any funding other than whenever they find someone who is good and make a deal with them and make money with them, pressing their albums and distributing them, that's their business model. You sign up for free, and then they will check over stuff. And if they find out that you have good music, that you're potentially like popular material, they will kind of strike a deal with you, and then you can sign a contract with them, and then they will make money that way. But that's such an inconsistent way of getting money in that I don't trust a service like that. Whenever someone makes a free service, even when it's like this, hopefully getting funds in the future, it's a bad idea. It's a really bad idea. I mean, that's the whole reason why Alihupa disappeared. Alihupa was a really cool service. They had so many apps tied to it. Everyone could upload money. Everyone could upload music, but they weren't charging you anything for it. So they didn't make any money. I was at their offices here in Stockholm. There was at least 8 people in that office. Calculate what someone needs, in a normal kind of pay every month and for a whole year, and calculate that for 8 people. If you're not making any money, then you're hemorrhaging money and your company is going to be destroyed. You need to find a way of making money. You need to find revenue in, otherwise you can't sustain your stuff. Free things only work when people have other jobs on the side. That's only the only time when it works. If you don't have another job, then how are you going to make money to pay your bills? That's why Alihupa died. They didn't make any money. So I have a feeling that Amuse might not be around for that long either, because they might not be making enough money. Look at what almost happened to SoundCloud. They had to get into another type of business in order to survive. It's happened with a lot of free services. You pay with your data, contributing to their A&R tool. Yeah, I know. But when you start growing as a company, the amount of money out you're gonna have to pay in for people employed, service space, all of that, it kind of goes up exponentially. And there's some good, I can't remember what it was, but there's 2 good TED Talks I watched. I can't remember the name of them. That talked about this, and I think they talked about like SoundCloud specifically, and another free service that I can't remember the name of. Maybe I can find it. See if I can find it in my search history, but I'm not going to show you my search history. Let's see here. Many companies just die because they don't make any money like that way. So it's kind of okay. Now I'm just getting quiet. Okay, never mind. The thing is, without a revenue stream in some other way of making money from ads or something, everything costs money in some way or costs something. You're paying with something. Facebook isn't free. You're paying with your information there too. And whenever you're doing that, you're basically signing up to them just selling your information all over the place. And that's why you keep getting spammed by many companies doing this and that. And sometimes you're wondering, like, hey, why is this company contacting me? It's just people selling emailing lists, basically. And that's, yeah. TED Talks rule, you can watch them in two times. Yeah, I hope I get to make a TED Talk sometime about building a career with an iPhone. I already have some of the speech written down. Yeah, I'm actually dreaming about that. That would be awesome. Maybe I'm not good enough yet. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. My channel isn't big enough. I just hope that maybe someday I'll get recognized for that, so that I can make a TED Talk, because who wouldn't? When you're into something like this, who wouldn't? That would be like amazing. Yeah, that would be amazing. So that's one of my dreams that I don't talk about a lot, because I feel maybe that my dream is a bit ridiculous. Usually, I don't tend to dreams that I feel are unreachable for me. I've usually set up goals that I feel that are reasonable enough so that I can reach them if I work hard. And so I have reached most of the goals, not all of them, but I have, because I've kept working. I've kept going by my plan and doing the stuff and doing it. So yeah, that would be awesome. Pushing pixels right now for someone so I can go home and do artings. Yeah. By the way, Andreas Ekberg has, I think you have a Fiverr or something like that, don't you? You have a website. Can you post your website in there, Andreas? If you want to go and check out some stuff, this guy is creating art, basically. He's doing some really cool stuff. Very interesting stuff. So you could go check it out. he's making some stuff and he's selling it also. So even if you don't want to buy anything, just go in and checking out his stuff. I always love the stuff that you put up on Instagram, your little animations, and yeah, you make the cutest things, man. I'm just so impressed. Star says it would be a cool TED Talk. You realized the dream that Steve Jobs had to make Apple products, music creation products. Yep, yeah, and you know, I miss Steve. I miss Steve a lot. I mean, I'm sure that, I mean, in the end, it's all a numbers game. Everyone here knows it. It doesn't matter how much we scream at Apple. It's all about numbers. And so their main audience, their main core customer base, they have to cater to them, and they are. And they don't use the stuff that we do. I just wish they would take the pro out of the name, because then I probably wouldn't complain that much about that. Then I'd know what it is. I just find the name a bit misleading. All right, so that's basically me. Hey, thanks for the great chat, Jacob. Would always log into a live stream that you host if I'm able. Have a great one. Yeah, I always say that I want to try to do more live streams, but I simply don't have the time to do it. So, Star, I'm gonna end my stream very soon. Do you have time to talk in maybe like half an hour or something like that? If you're still here, that would be cool. I don't know what you're doing. So I'm about to end the live stream, about 15 minutes left or something like that. It's been a nice stream. A lot of questions, a lot of talk, yeah, a lot of people watching, and I always love that. Reaching 20k subs is a milestone for me. And I've been dreaming of getting, I dreamt of getting above the 10k, and I did that. And after that, everything just felt like a bonus, because 10k is a very big number when you're only at like 100 subs and 200 subs, 500 subs. 10k feels like it's so far off, and it is, depending on what type of channel you have. It's really far off. So yeah, can you interview on the live stream? Yeah, I don't know if my broadband connection is good enough for that, but I want to try doing that. Let's see here. Would you care for Windows tablets like Surface if it was flooded with music apps? Yeah, sure, absolutely. I would want to try out anything that could be mobile and potentially very, very useful for someone like me or anyone watching my content, basically. So, of course, I mean, I have used a tablet once, a Windows tablet with Figure on it. Because Microsoft was having this. There's a video out about that, by the way, that I made a vlog of. I was presenting Figure, basically. I was playing Figure at a Microsoft keynote, which was pretty cool. So the audience was full of tech people, like really high-tier tech people. And I was so nervous, I almost shit myself. So that was interesting. We also had two really famous dancers from Sweden that were dancing on stage, and they were dancing to this Figure beat that I was playing on a Windows tablet. So it was an interesting thing. I just think that the Windows tablet has somewhat of a personality split. It doesn't really know if it wants to be a tablet or a computer. I think that Windows or Microsoft should decide whether it should be a tablet or a computer. The thing came with a stand. I mean, a lot of us get that, but that it came with that just feels like, okay, so it came with a stand. I know. I mean, sure, all of us put them up like that, but it came with a stand. And when you buy the lid, it's got a keyboard in it, and it's also touchable, and I don't know, something is a bit off with it. So I want to see them keeping on developing it, but I do find it interesting. And you know what would be awesome is, I mean, carrying around Reason on your tablet. How is that not awesome? Reason, like the proper propellers Reason on the bus on a tablet. Come on, who wouldn't want to do that? Doesn't have to be specifically apps like Apple. It could be something different like that. You know, I mean, I just wish that they would try out some risky stuff. You know, try out some risky stuff and make something new. Let's see here. Surface Pros 4s are nice. It was a cool day. Remember that. Have a Mac Air mobile as yeah. I'm not gonna say the word. It's just that I was almost sure that most DOS would jump into touch-centered user interface, but it almost never happened. Well, nowadays some stuff finally does show up. Yeah, Ableton on a bus, Reason on a bus. I mean, yeah, that would be pretty awesome. Okay, I need to save up on my voice because I need to talk to Star, who was in the chat. I don't know if she's in here. She might be off doing something, maybe having a shower or eating some loaf of bread. She told me once that she likes to eat loaves of bread, and she can eat like 15 of loaves of bread at once, and she'll just eat the bread, and that's what she does. That's what she does in a day. Are you still here? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know you didn't want me to tell them that, but I think it's pretty cool that a human being can just consume very quickly. I might say 15 loaves of bread loaves, 15 bread loaves. So yeah, okay. I'm just gonna end this because now I'm starting to get a bit weird. Thank you so much for watching. All comments and ratings are very much appreciated. As usual, I wish you a very productive week. Now go finger all of your stuff up there and have a lot of fun doing it. And yeah, just stay creative, stay positive, and whenever you yeah, whenever you. I think that's okay. So, Star, I'll be calling you. I just need to go to the pisser first. If you have time for it right now. God, I made a mess in here. Okay, I'm just gonna find the off button, and this is where I usually look like an idiot. So, have a lot of fun, and thank you so much for showing up. Yeah, yes, pisser. That's. Bye bye. Bye bye.